Do, 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 do. So. Right, anyway. Right. We can all have laughs and jokes. We can all have fears and queers and steers and all that stuffs. Right? But are we actually watching what's happening in the world right now? Does anyone join the dots? Do you see what we see? And I'm not talking about the look over here where we can see the heat. And you actually looking to the right would tell you look left. I mean, can you see what's happening worldwide? You know, can you actually see what's happening? Now, what do you think? Oh, Iran, Syria. No, look closer to home. Look at inflation. Look at right how things are changing dramatically in the banking sector. Have you noticed that the banking sector no longer rely upon banking, for example? Have you noticed that the government has put in place legislation, i.e., not laws, legislation, acts? Now, remember, guys, acts are not law. They're only given the power of law when consented by the governed, or they're 100% law for anyone who works for an entity that's on Companies House in London Commerce because of this mad act, not law, called personshood. See, you notice how businesses have the same rights as a person. Right? Now, what is a person under any English speaking court in the world? Black's law. We're on a few revisions now. This is what Trump calls international maritime law. Yeah, it's the basis of all the laws, right? Yeah, that's why all American laws, even before the republicanism, constitutional republic, not democracy. That's another story, isn't it? Because they're exporting somebody's democracy around the world, at least, right? Yeah. Well, that's the banking sector. That's cash money, right? This is how we get different payment systems. I mean, a ship has a manifest. Why? Because it has a ledger when it leaves a port, and it has a manifest when it turns up at a port. Because the ship manifested, it turned up. And the ledger as it sets sail, and the manifest as it docks, coincide, and anything that's not supposed to be there, smuggled. You get me. But anyway, now we all know the banking sector's changing, right? Has anybody started to notice it? I mean, I noticed that Bitcoin's on the Epson shit, yeah? Right? We'll call it Epson, so we didn't get struck. Them Epson printers, how are they printing money? Get me? We're about to see something big happen, guys. And it's all there for you to see. I tried to warn a lot of yous multiple times. That's why I don't have a bank. I have something else. Well, I had two other things. That's why I pointed out that it's already here. You just don't see it yet. I'm going to Tesco's when none of you are going to an ATM, just like they did in Greece. You must have been following it, guys. Or you must have at least seen lots of videos. But you just go, what's that? Oh, crypto. Oh, fuck that. I don't need to know about that. Well, you should. You should know about that because liquid, yeah, liquidity. Does people know that MasterCard's done what, guys? What has MasterCard just agreed to do moving forward? What do you think it is? What do you think it is? See, the thing about me is I don't spoon feed. And to be fair, the information that lead me on to other information I was given. I was actually given it years ago, right? But to be fair, I didn't have a reason or a justification to do anything other than look. I remember when I was told to buy Bitcoin, for example, right? My mate Scooter, Robert Morton, he told me to buy Bitcoin when it was 2p. Did I buy Bitcoin? No, did I fuck? Because I thought nothing's that decentralized. Now, the Epstein files are telling us now, right, that the owners of Bitcoin, who do you think it is? We've got three options, really, when you look at Epstein, right? Because Epstein's emails basically tells us that he's in with the founders of Bitcoin, right? But we also know that Epstein worked with the Jewish Russian government, yeah, because Vlad's a Jew, isn't it? You got Orthodox Jews and you got another type of Jew, right? A bit like here you got Protestant Catholics and then you got Catholics and then you got Roman Catholics, you know, like Christians, because Judaism is not Christianity. Christ was a Jew, but he didn't follow Judaism, did he? He gave his own teaching, that Jesus Christ. Hence, Christians are Christians and Jews are Judaism and Muslims are Islam. You know, we can go into other, you know, religions too, but whether you like it or not, right? You know, it is what it is, right? But anyway, people go, oh, he's with Israel, not Russia. But what is Russia if they're not Orthodox Jews? So why would Epstein not do a honeypot for the Russians? Because we all know we did it in the 60s, but we caught our own people in the UK, didn't we? Dolphin and that, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Right. So Epstein done a honeypot for the Jews or the Jewish state, Israel. You know, whatever they want to say. You know, but he never did it for the Russians. It wasn't a Russian girl that gave Bill Gates that Waterloo syphilis, Gypsy Dave syphilis. What's it? Nah. But anyway, right. So if Epstein, right, think about it, right? Epstein's either KGB, MI6, IE, external, not internal, all right, or CIA. And if he knows who is the founding members of Bitcoin, oh yes, guys, remember how they told you, EncroChat, oh, you can hide everything, Bitcoin, you can hide, but in 2014, what did we tell you guys? Do not trust the dark web, do not trust nothing, it's all got. Now, I don't own one Bitcoin. Does anybody want to tell me why? Because if you knew who owned Bitcoin, you'd sell it all. I think we're going to find out soon. The Epstein files are going to show us who owns Bitcoin. Who do you think it is, guy? What is it? KGB? MI5? MI6? CIA? Which is it? Who owns Bitcoin? Who owns it? Wait till it comes out. Watch all the Bitcoin get sold. Because that means, just like EncroChat, all of the people around the world using Bitcoin to hide their monies. You got, yeah, cocksuckers. It's interesting, isn't it? It's fucking interesting. What's going to take over for that when that falls over? What is bridging institutionalization? X-ray Romeo Papa, maybe? Is it that one? 13, 14, 15. Bad days. Bad days. To be fair. Moving along. Well, to be honest with you, Bobby, right? There is only 5 and 6. MI7's fucking, what's his name? Roy. Roy and John. No, because Roy, he deals with MI5 guys. Like, I remember when Roy told everybody, right? hey, my friends in MI5 and that, they told us that you're not making online friends correctly. You should do it like this. And I said, what the fuck? What the fuck? MI5 told you you're not making online friends correctly. You should do it like this. Who was it that tried to unite the left and right again? It was Roy, wasn't it? But at least he got picked up for Vega for saying that on Society X's before Vega and I got outed for being, as long as you don't touch them. Kind of weird that shit, isn't it? Really, to be fair. I thought that was weird. I thought that was weird as fuck, like. But then again, you've got brown shoes and brown cords. You're bound to wade around to talk a lot of shit. But to be fair, big up Vega, cuz. I hope you're good, bro, and I hope you're good. I hope you pull through, because poison's it's one of the things that's just might no ever leave, like syphilis. Dave Waterloo. You know. Apart from that, what about other stuff that's been happening lately? You know, has anybody noticed how what Liv Truss said? This is what will happen if we don't do this. And then the powers that be can dark state. Remember how Bojo told us they don't want me telling you this? Well, that remember that told me. Who is they? You know, that's what I thought. I thought, who is they? If you're the main man, who is they? You know, it just seemed weird to me. You know, honest, I thought it was like, wow, that's weird. Who is they? Who is they? You know, but hey, what do I know? Scotland got humped by the fascist Italians. Those ITs. Yeah, they beat us. I was actually quite disgusted about it, to be fair. I'd go as far to say as I was a little bit dischuffed, to be fair. Yeah, I was. A little bit dischuffed. Those fucking mad Italians. I says, oh, here we go. But anyway, getting back to that fucking British Epstein shit, right? Did anybody notice how Keir Starmer, right? Yeah. This is purely educational, hypothetical purposes only. This is just my opinion based upon things that are in the national press and, you know, my opinion. Who is it? Bobby, I'm not going to let anybody on now, Bobby. You can hang about if you want. I'll let you on at some point, but I'm talking now. So if you let me finish, I'll hang about, right? You know what I mean? Just hang about, man. Hang about. So anyway, right? Listen, you know it's like Keir Starmer, right? Does anybody know that Keir Starmer has had allegedly, check this out, man. This is hard to believe, people. Like, seriously, Keir Starmer has had, right? Yeah. Seriously, Keir Starmer's had, wait for it, 5 willful fire raising / arson attempts on different properties he owned and different vehicles. Now, what's weird is, right, in the last, I think, 3 years-ish, right, there's been 5 Ukrainian, and there's only one way to describe these guys, right, is if you go on to plentyoffish.com, no, don't go there. Go to Grindr, DJ, that kind of website. You'll get these type of Ukrainians, right? 5 of them, all done for willful fire raising or fucking arson attempts on Keir Starmer homes and Keir Starmer cars. One of which had just been sold. I think the third car that got firebombed, right? The third car that got firebombed had just been sold to one of Keir Starmer's neighbours. Whoops! It wasn't his car no more, right? But They're all rent boys. I mean, allegedly, they're you know what I mean, right? Allegedly, some people say purely educational, high political purposes only, and there's nothing the matter with you if you're that way inclined. You know what I mean? I'm just like, no, for me, religious snap. You know what I mean? But why is it that these young boys are all about 18, 19, 20-year-olds? So it's not like Jimmy Savile shit. They're all legit. They're all, it's not even like, it's not even like Randy Andy, innit? You know what I mean? It's not like that because even 17 is legitimate in this country. Although he might be fucked because seemingly somebody was under the age of 21 in New York, which would mean that in America, you're fucked, Randy Andy. But anyway, you should go check out my short about the, you know, watch out for them, you know. There's a nice little Gmail. Type into your browser that gmail.world and go read the Epstein files. Go read them. Because some motherfucker out there, guys, some motherfucker took the time to take all those released documents and put them into some mad webpage that rather than saying G for golf mail, it says J for Jeffrey mail. So that's J for Jeffrey mail.world. Go read the Epstein files. Go read the Epstein emails. You can search. You can do it all. Check my shorts. You will see. Did it last night, I think, or the night before. But it's good. But it's not actually a joke. It's good that somebody took the time to do that, though, isn't it? I think so. Just put J. Mail. World. Take the J. Mail and just get rid of that dot. So it's gmail.world. Put that in your browser. Enjoy, have fun. You could even search on it. It's fucking amazing. To be fair, like I find it, bam, brilliant, man. It's just that. Put that bad boy in your browser. Right? Enjoy, have fun. There's 3 million emails. And a quick one for you. The reason why Smiler wants to pretend to everybody that Dara B has a friend in social services, and that's how the recording's there, it's because if Smiler phoned up social services and recorded social services, he has actually broke UK statute law. So that's kind of weird. That's why they want you to believe that Zara has a social services friend, but she does not. I know she does not because they don't fucking like her. And how would Joe know? Well, your government now say in adverts, when you know, you know. Joe said for long enough, when you can, you can. And I can that you can, that I can that you can, that I can that you can, that I can, you can. Right? And it's as simple as that. You know what I mean? Oh, wait now. What's this say now? Oh, wait now. Showing stairs. Now, Denny, I did it and ended up in the watch show. I don't know, Laura. I don't know. But anyway, what is Joe? I know this. It's going to be a busy week. I know this. It's nice that somebody went and handed themselves in and done their induction. It doesn't take away with the fact, like, what you try to say? You try to say that, oh, you were only out your mind when you were allowing people to bully Day and like bully him to what he did, right? You were only out your mind then, but you were just joking when it came to bestiality. I'll be honest with you, you'd probably get 6 month tops for the really shit. It actually carries up to 10 years. So you can say it was a joke, but if you're at your nut, right, for something else, then how would you know it was a joke? Like, that's the one to think about, right? If he's saying he's out his nut for something, but he was just joking about the bestiality stuff, like kind of like cats and dogs and shit, right? Does that make sense? It won't make a fucking difference. You just lock yourself up for 6 months. Then when you come out, they're going to say, you were just joking about the cats and dogs, but you're fair game for the other thing. I'm glad you passed your induction test pretty quick. See, that's the thing, guys, right? In these places, like when you go in, where they assess you, they watch you. And you can play any game you want. But these fuckers, these people are trained interrogators. They'll ask you the same question. Well, I would ask you the same question 5 ways. An interrogator, right? Trained army. These fuckers are worse than us. They'll ask you the same question 10 times, and you better hope you answer 10 times the right way. Otherwise, you're just rinsing them. You're just lying to them, you know? How you doing, Red, bro? Hope you're good. Hey, seen some of your pictures the other day there, bro. I didn't comment on it. I just hit the like button, bro. Hope you're good too. Red's a gidgeon. He's a gidgeon. See, Red's like good number of years now, Red. Many accounts you've followed me on. Red's one of the ones that gets it. He can take that nuance. He can take that sarcasm, and he can understand. You know, a lot of yous can't. Even Dupes has been like noticing it, innit? You can't have sarcasm. And there's a difference between sarcasm and bullying someone. All right, sarcasm is generally a quick, witty response to what somebody says. A little bit wordplay where somebody uses one word and that word gets flipped on them, right? That's sarcasm, right? It's different when you make shit up and hound somebody. It's different when you go live and say things like, I'm walking about your town telling everybody you're a certain bad thing. That kind of shit is different. I know sarcasm, toilet humour isn't the best. It's not the greatest delivery system, but it's completely different from other shit. I know most of you can't get my delivery method, but hey, I'm not here for any other reason than to explain things my way, right? And if it's the easiest way for me to explain it, right, rather than over explain things, because then you moan about that. If I over explain things and delve too deep, they go, oh, you're going on mad tangents. I can't keep up. So if I use sarcasm to make my point, then I'm a bad guy. Nah. It's just that sarcasm cuts deep on some of you. And it cuts deep. It gets right under your skin. I've noticed that some people can't say the N word. And they tell you, like, paedophile, you can't use that word. You have to use PDF. Well, that's a lie. If you read YouTube's terms and conditions, I challenge anyone to tell me YouTube's terms and conditions where it says you can't use that word when it's a factually correct thing. It's a lie. Next word, the N word. And we're not talking about Uncle Tom stuff. We're talking about somebody that doesn't go on standard exercise. That N word. There's some of us that can actually use the P word, but not the N word. And I say to myself, why is that? Why is that? Why is that? Why is it they can't use that N word? And why is it they also can use the P word while saying the N word is only a P word when they can't say it? See, that to me is fucking interesting. The N word covers a lot, doesn't it? It covers, I don't know, coffee machines, bikes and 7 grands. It covers, I don't know, what else? Yeah? It covers flipping beds, but not breaking fingers. You see? It covers threatening to do people with purple dildos, seemingly. It also covers, I would like to do this to your child. Ain't that right, Arkash? Fingering shit. Covers that too, to be fair. Right? What else does it cover? Does it cover, I don't know, being homeless out your house because it's been shithole and you shat yourself? Does it cover wrapping a metal belt round your fucking knuckles, wanting to batter the crack whore prostitute that you've been taking crack with who robbed you? And you got kicked out of the hotel? Does it cover that? Does it cover what that same person did to the disabled person when they got on the train and went to that disabled person's house? I heard, Welsh Andy, I heard he's a YouTube success story. Does it cover that? Does that N-word cover that too? Well, if you listen to that disabled person try to get him out of his house for over 4 hours, I would say it covers it. What do you think, Tyrone? YouTube success story? Or your pal piss the fart again, too? As AK would say, I wonder why. Does it cover that? Does it cover that? Yep. Does it cover bag snatchers? Does it cover that? Does it cover bag snatchers? Does that N-word cover that? What does the N-word cover? I think the N-word covers fucking everything. And I think certain individuals want to keep telling you that N-word's only just one thing, the P word. No, 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 no. Unless you're a convict, you don't get a say in what the N-word means. Because it's none of your civvy shit, that N-word. It doesn't come from the civvy world. It don't even come from the Ministry of Defence world. It comes from convicts. It's a jail term. And unless you've been in the jail and you've got those digits, you don't have a choice. You don't get to pick and choose. The word is what it is. N, November. O, Oscar. N, November. S, Sierra. Echo. That's what it is. That includes snakes, snitches, includes you all. You phone the police for hurty words on YouTube. That's a grass. Would you go into standard exercise knowing that you phoned the popo and people on YouTube for hurty words, words you didn't like? Would you go and exercise and tell them that? No, I don't think you would. Why? Because they would say you're a rat. They'd say you're a girl. No, you can't stay here. That's what would happen. And even you civilians clearly comprehend that. And just so you know, yes, I am a convict. I got an 8-digit army number and I got a 5-digit in Scotland jail number. Yes, 5 digits. Go and figure out how long ago I got jailed. And to be fair, then ask me why. You'll love it. Because killer, the hardest man in para. What para? 1, 2, or 3. You got chucked through a chicken bar window. That's an affray, by the way, guys. That carries a 5-year sentence. Just so you know. Just saying. See, I had a wee rhyme years ago, right? And that was, snitches get stitches. Sometimes found in ditches. Beasts get burnt out because nobody wants them cutting about. And then you've got people like, I know it's a Heisenberg's back going, oh, feel sorry for me when I was in the hospital. Oh, when that happened to me. Do you actually people know that Heisenberg, he went and grassed up the young team that were serving for a pub where he used to stay? That pub's now shut down. It's gone. And he doesn't live in the same bit anymore because the people he grassed up on, they bounced him. He literally got people jailed. Because what? Because he went into a pub he doesn't go into very much, and he saw something he didn't like. He just couldn't help himself. That pub is shut down. It's no longer owned by the same people, and the people in that area don't have to suffer. No, they do. Because Heisenberg doesn't live there anymore. It's funny that, like I literally got sent a clip the day where I'm greeting about what happened to him, and it's like, nah, that happened to you because you literally phoned the police on a bunch of young boys that were in a certain bit of the pub, locked away from everybody else. We all know what we're talking about, guys. You've got the pub in a scheme, and you've got the pool room that nobody goes in, really. Heisenberg thought he could go in, leave, and then phone the police about it. That's what happened. That's why Heisenberg disappeared for a few years. I don't get it. I don't understand why he's back on YouTube pretending this shit, because they're still looking for him. Every one of them. And I think 2 are due soon, to be fair. I mean, it's just like the same kind of area as Ronnie London and that, you know what I mean? So I don't care what I'm talking about fuck all, but he does. It's funny how he's allowed on panels where quite a lot of them say it's okay to phone the police. He did. Yes. Yes, he did, Wayne King. He got put in the hospital for that specific reason. That is why he got battered, because he went and turned tail on the young team in his area. That is correct. He got tractioned up, people. That's why he's been gone for 3 years. Fact. And he's on Gypsy Davis going, oh, what happened to me? Ooh, poor me, poor me. What? Poor you? Fuck you. Your choice. Hey, Mr. Smith, you can't say that because you have no proof. We do have proof. Mrs. Smith UK, I'm going to assume you're AJ. Anyway, Alpha Juliet. Stop it. You talk shite. All right? Ronnie London, if he's a grass, why did he get jailed then? You nasty. You talk shite, lad. You talk shite. Stop with your fake accounts. Stop pushing on fake shit. Because we know what you are. You're one of the N-words too, aren't you, boy? Anyway, how's your car? Did you lose it yet? Or has it been tracked? Ooh, that's another story. So anyway, be careful, because we all know, right, that certain individuals threaten people saying, that number the police have, any text message you sent there, the police have them. Ain't that right? We all know who that is. Mike Charlie. You know? Isn't it? Hey. Aye. And even Bravo Whiskey came back saying, oh, you don't like the Scottish old Bill. Why, guys? Did the Echo Soul Bill say, Nine Danker, we're not going to play that game? Is that why he's away again? Now, who is going to be used to put out his made videos? And I hope they don't send them via WhatsApp or Discord or Telegram or anything like that. Because it's all tracked. We're all got. That's what I find is the great thing We're all got. I'm a professional cunt. I ain't stupid like yous crew. Not mine. Oh, Ronnie Burgundy's in. Hey, when you can, you can. I heard, by the way, right? I heard somebody was the in anymore. I heard that they were actually letting people out for non-violent crime, which include drug dealers. Just saying, guys, drug dealers that had not actually broke any fingers or anything like that, try to get their money. They let them out well early. Not mine. Not mine. Not mine. Faggots. And this motherfucker, if it's Ronnie Burgundy, is that the same colour as Hearts? That's interesting. That's interesting. And is it? Is it though? How would you know though? What we do know 100% is, right? Your YouTube will give you away. I mean, that's how Heisenberg was caught, wasn't it? Because that idiot signed a book to get in case anybody was sneezing. Yeah, Vega. Ronnie says, fuck off. Ronnie's no a bustard, Vega. Anyway, what you up to, cuz? How's your brown shoes and your cords going? Are you still poisoned? Because I think, like, if I'm right, what I think, it's never, you never get rid of it, do you, Vega? You going to lose a leg? Or is it going to cause, what's that word again I'm looking for? A heart attack. Like, you get what I mean? Yes. Ronnie levered us all. Yeah, that's right. Aye. I remember. Aye. That's perfect. What did you do, though? What did you do? You said it wasn't physical. You're so physical. As long as not physical. You can be a peeping Tom, allegedly. So some say. But we know that's no Vega. But we will use it just for fun. Not mine. Not mine. How you doing, Ultra? You know? So come on. Who's been following the news? I think there's big time fun coming for the economies. Not mine. But anyway, let's get back to the Keir Starmer shit. So anyway, 5 ukuleleans. You get me, right? Yeah, I want to know with the Ruskies, the ukuleleans. 5 of them. 5 of them. Firebombing Keir Starmer houses or cars. One car had just recently been sold, right? Now, if it had just been, right, yep, that's right, Mrs. Smith 88, that is exactly what Alpha Juliet is, and Heisenberg, all those grasses that phone the police, like, for example, AJ Smith, he phones the police, that's a grass, that's an odds, right? But anyway, right, so 5 ukuleleans, all getting remanded, right? I bet they're all on SEGTI, right? And they've all burnt something associated to Keir Starmer, right? Yeah? That's not the real Vega, Red. Honestly, bro. It's no Vega. All right? Right? Now, how would these ukuleleans, right? Now, clearly, these ukuleleans are like, you know, they know here? Yeah, you know here? Yeah. These ukulelean rent boys, right? Yeah. 19, 20-year-old boys. 5 of them. How would they be able to find out Keir Starmer's addresses. Never mind that. How would they be able to find out Keir Starmer's cars, Reggie plates? Think about that. Think about that. I mean, had they been took there? Had they been picked up in such said cars? Because they knew where to go burn his fucking house out. They knew where to go and burn his cars. Now, I would have thought the Prime Minister of the UK, outside 10 Downing Street, his addresses and that would have been kind of kept a little bit quieter. I think all his cars and that would have been kept kind of, you know what I mean? So how is it there's 5 people right now, all done, for off firebombing either Keir Starmer's house, his residence, or his cars? And even one of the cars had literally just been sold to his neighbour in the street with the house went on fire the week before. How can that work? How can it work? Yeah, that is Ultra. That is Ultra. That's how Mr. and Mrs. Smith or whatever it is, that is Alpha Juliet, Laura. Yeah? Get ready it. Just get it. Get it 24 hours. But not before going and saying, go to page, collect the URL. Yep. It's fun. I don't understand what you come in, to be honest with you. Aye. It's just a waste of my time and your time, to be fair. Because it is what it is. Eh? You know what I mean? There you go. But anyway, the link's there, motherfuckers. You know? Maybe get some cunts with intelligence that is willing enough to actually fucking have a conversation about what's going on right now in the world with the financial systems. It's fun. Let's talk about how you're all about to lose money. Let's talk about what's coming. It's coming very soon. And you've been given so many fucking warnings by mainstream media and your government all over Europe and North America for the last month before November. Fact. Let's talk about how the gold price plummeted. Let's talk about how the silver price plummeted. And let's talk about how buy now, get robbed later. Yep. The people that are removing these cunts, yeah, right? Do me a favour. Before you remove it, get the URL off the motherfucking YouTube page. Yes. Collect the URL of the YouTube page. Yeah. Collect the URL of the YouTube page. Yes. Okay. He has multiple accounts and he's doing it to do certain things. And very shortly, you have no idea what's coming. Very shortly. I do. I know what's coming. And I'm about to make a lot of money with what comes. A lot. Like, we're talking quite a lot. And that's not the real point. The real point is the way I'm going to be able to make that money is because of certain things happening, which have all been warned about, right? But it's happening now. Right now. As we speak. And it will be here very shortly. Hey. Right? Yeah, I'll sign off my benefits, yeah. And by the be honest with you, Vigorous, even though I can, it's no you, cuz. You know what I'm saying, fam? My benefits are contribution based, which means that I'm only taking out what I've already put in. Right? Yeah, that's right. I'm not income based. I'm not a tramp. I'm contribution based. I've contributed and I take out what I've contributed. And to be fair, I've probably seen more money in my lifetime pass through my hands, Vega, than you would ever imagine. Because you work for who? According to you, you work daily with the police services, the council, the lawyers, the property fiscal, the courts, the government. You work with everyone, but you always seem to cut about in everybody's shit with your brown shoes, and that's how you poisoned your leg because you were wading through shit. I hoped you got better, Tay, and then you did. And what happened? You got better, right? This is what happened to Vega, guys. Didn't you believe me? Go look, go check. Vega got better. And as soon as he got better and he was able to come back online and walk about a wee bit, he started wading through everybody's shit again like the bastard that he is. And you know what happened? Whoosh. He got reinfected. That's why he's fucked again. I mean, it's not a metaphorical thing there. He literally came online, bastard waded through every shit again, played through all the pish, you know? And fact. And I wish Vega all the best, 100%, because just stop wading through the shit. Jesus loves you. You know he does. Just doesn't want you wading through the shit. Third time lucky. Going to pray again for your night, Vega. Stop wading through the shit. Third time lucky, Vega. Last chance. You know what happens if it comes back the third time, Vega? Normally it runs riot and it's a quick time, you know? I'll pray for you. Stop walking through the shit. Just say no. Just say no. That's it. You know? Yeah. Eh. See, Vega would have been a good person to bring up to. It would have been good for Vega to come up. Vega, it would have been great for you to come up because I can you do the cryptos and all that shit, bro. I can you do the futures. Because I know you do. I know you didn't listen to certain individuals. You did anything, you lost your ass. But that was a couple of years ago. I'm sure you're listening again now. You know, I'm sure you're watching it. What I'm watching, to be fair. Yep, Vega, Jesus loves you. I ain't gonna cunt, but Jesus loves you, bro. See that? That's how we know it's not the real Vega. All right, the real Vega would have noticed that. The real Vega would have not allowed that to happen. All right, he would not have responded to that because he knew the punchline right after. You see? Yes, see. So who is it? Who is it? But they're not actually Alpha Juliet and they're not actually being naughty, so leave them alone. You know, because we all know my name ain't fucking Joe or Joseph, is it? No. Of course not. You know, but I think Friday the 13th coming up, going to be busy. I'd suggest you go and dot your I's and T's. You know, to be fair. That's what I think. But don't look like anybody wants to come up and say hi and have conversation, you know. I mean, Ultra, Ukulele, don't you want to come and chat? Because, like, seemingly I work for you, but why doesn't the Dream Team want to chat with Joe?
I'm feeling upset, guys. I'm really upset because Like the dream team said it's not good. Okay, alright. I gotta take myself away again because like, whoop.
Yeah, Joe Haribo. That's Joe Haribo there. That's my impersonation of Tiny Tim. In it. There's no team meeting this week. What? Like you're the boss. Like you're the boss. Like what the fuck? The Simpsons. Yep, that's right. Ukulele is Homer. Ultra, that means that you're Marge. but you got to wear a top hat to be Marge, Ultra. You need to wear a top hat. Oh, come on. It's funny-ish. You know what I mean? Probably because, anyway. Probably because the dream team doesn't exist and the mercenaries like the same bump. Oh, he's back. You know what to do. That's a bit the size of it, to be fair. Wait nuts! Wait nuts! Yeah. Why are you here? Remove yourself. Yeah? But listen, you can actually just permaban that one. I've already got the URL of that one. Permaban that one, man. Just perma it. You know what I mean? Because I've already got that URL. I'm going to be fucking shocking. See when it actually makes a difference, right? Very shortly. I'm going to be really bad. And it'll all be done in one swoop. He doesn't actually get it yet. He doesn't get it yet. He doesn't get it yet. Sexual offences in Scotland never ever go away. Very shortly. Who's the legal president in the UK right now? Even when it comes to the Supreme Court. Can anyone remember how Boris Johnson tried to prorogue Parliament? Well, he did prorogue Parliament, didn't he, during the cupcake season. And he was told he wasn't able to do it and he had to open back up, wasn't he? What was the reason the Supreme Court? Now, the Supreme Court is the court that governs all home nations, right? And it takes legal precedent, right? What was he told? You can't do that because of what? Scots law. And then Bojo, remember Bojo? Yeah, right? Ken says, oh, like postbox or black bags. That Bojo. And they called him racist. He says, how can I be racist? I'm a second generation migrant. And they went, oh, okay then, fuck you. Right? That Bojo. Remember, he said, what law? And Scots law. And what did they say? Any fucking one of them. You can't trample on anyone because they hold the precedent. Yes. And once Brexit, remember guys, Brexit, what did they tell us? We'll make every European law into UK statute law, just like up here, civil law, the criminal law. Remember I told you this shit 5 years ago. Checkmate. 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 Fact. Innit? Because England never took over Scotland. You paid for Scotland to take over you. Hence, your bestest police in the whole entire UK is what? What's it called? Scotland Yard. Why is it you have the Royal Mail? James I of the United Kingdoms. See, yes, money was used. That's right. You paid our debts, but we have the oldest law. To be fair. Atama Salami entered the studio. Okay, let's have a look at this crackpot. You need to put on your camera, lad. Put your camera on. Come on. If you're not willing to put your camera on, lad, you may as well bolt in. You know. Oh. Okay. Don't put it on. You won't get on. You know what I'm saying? Laters, bro. Ah, well. Not willing to do that. You know, I like to see your fake porn bomb accounts every now and again, to be fair. Just like, you know, when I stop being a lazy bastard, I'll put an ninja shit on. Yeah, and if you're too scared to put your camera on, I'll let you on anyway, because I'll be able to block your camera anyway, so you can't porn bomb me. You know what I mean? Did it. Bang. Yeah, he's been doing it. Him, Zarabi, and that, they've all been doing it. You know what I mean? They've been doing it for long enough. They've been doing it for years. You know? I think the whole thing, like, the thing about porn bombing is, right? The thing I didn't like about porn bombing, right, is quite categorically fact that it's actually putting nudes out there. Of, it's not yourself, it's not your ex, it's random nudes with random people, some are AI nudes. But if you send a nude picture by text message or WhatsApp, then that's a sexual offence in the whole entire of United Kingdom, because you're sending unsolicited nude pictures by digital means. Porn bombing is no different. It's a sexual offence. And I find that shit kind of sick, to be fair. I get it, right? I'm an 80s kid. I get it. Ken, it used to be all right, allegedly. Boys, locker room shit, backy buses, football, mooning somebody kind of thing. But that's no shit that's actually happening nowadays. You know what I mean? And that shit, that's a sexual offence nowadays. It's weird. It's a bit like you check this out, right? Heisenberg, kind of guy that got smashed up for a lot, been away for 3 years, smashed up because he grassed up the young team and that, right? And that's how he you know, because he's been away for a while, come up with a Peter Pope shit, right? Peter Pope, right? Because Peter Pope said, you know, now check this out, right? Heisenberg wouldn't give us the full layout of that, right? He's just palmed that off, right? Yeah. Yeah, 100%. He should be sectioned by TNK in the same room. Yeah. But check this out, right? Now, Peter Pope said about Sutton, right? Because conversation he was having, something along the lines of, if you wake up today in this world, if you wake up and you find your wife on top of you, morning glory, you have been great. Your wife graped you, right? Peter Pope says something along the lines of, well, you know, if that's the case, if that's the way it works, I have graped someone and I have been graped, but it doesn't matter because I was asleep, right? Check this out. Back when Mr. Pope was talking about, now I'm 45, right? And I got married at just before I was 18-year-old. And I can categorically tell you right now, I was married for 10 years. My wife graped me on multiple occasions, right? Under today's standards. But here's the thing. I could not complain about that. Do you know why? Because it's not retroactive, is it? The law changes at point A, and then moving forward is frowned upon with legal consequences. It might have been frowned upon beforehand, depending on your relationship. You know what I'm saying? Know what I mean? you know? But regardless, why would that individual then want to go backtracking to the 80s to find the victim? Was that to hide the fact that he was a grass? Now, the people that he came back for, Michelle C., that's who he came back for. Because Peter Pope was rinsing Michelle C., and he was pointing out facts. That's why Heisenberg came back. Fact. Fact. Did you notice how Wilder came back last week, right? Did anybody notice that it only took me on Officials Live? Boom! Right back. See, people were saying Wilder was in the jail. I said, oh, no, he's not. And it only took that. And like clockwork. Kind of shocking, really, isn't it? But that's because, whether I like it or not, they're not the sharpest knife in the box, are they? You know what I mean? To be fair. Because, do you know why? I was saying about the Pope thing, right? They're willing to chastise Pope for something, right, that wasn't illegal at the time. But when it comes to Grumpy, that is illegal at the time. And they have the victim. Woo! Woo! What's the difference, really? Apart from one not needing to be retroactive. What? Too far? Is it too far? Is it too far? Grumpy said he did it without our knowledge. Put up to Dutch dating. It's illegal at the time. Pope cracked a joke. It's no retroactive. And it certainly wasn't illegal at the time. Pope's bad. Grumpy no. Is it just me that sees double standards? Like, what is the difference there? Like, what is the difference? One is actually illegal at the time and still is. The other one is now, wasn't before. Who should get the most shit? Now think about that. Logically. Think about it logically. Who should get the most shit? Who? Answers on the back of a postcard. A. Or just go on to their page and at me in it, right? And I'll go and screenshot my comments, yeah, that I'm tagged in. Who should we be more worried about? Go. Both Grumpy still got a page up, and so has Peter Pope. At Joe Haribo, and then just put here. I will get a notification for that on the YouTubes. I'll screenshot that shit. Because that's what you should be worried about. I'm curious, like, because I would like to know. Did anybody notice how Wilder said, oh, you're lucky you're not the Scottish police? See, I heard Wilder had been lifted. But he's not. And any one of you that are going to play his videos, I hope you realise that WhatsApp ain't secure, Telegram ain't secure, none of it's secure. And I'm probably in that group anyway. Just like I was in BBA's as still a lad. And they never knew who I was. 9 folk got kicked out to. Fucking amazing. See, I'm everywhere. Every group. Everywhere. That's how I can tell you're all as bad as each other. The ones that say, I'm good, I'm good, I'm good, I'm good, I'm good. Look at them, they're bad, I'm good, they're bad, I'm good, they're bad, I'm good, they're... No, no, no. What I noticed about throughout history is, right, see all these people that say, I'm good, I'm good, I'm good. They all turn out to be evil bastards. I mean, even Mother Teresa was a bit of an evil cunt if you take away what she did to people that weren't Christians. You know what I mean? Mugabe? Some people fucking say he's a legend. I'd call him a terrorist, but I'd call his wife even fucking worse. But they're good people. I mean, you don't win the Nobel Peace Prize for nothing, do you guys? Look at Obama. He won the Nobel Peace Prize, and he killed the most people as American president in the last 2 decades. Kind of fucked up. He's actually the reporter-in-chief too. You know what I mean? He's the same guy that actually decided, let's lock up kids in cages, but he still won a Nobel Peace Prize. You noticed that most people nice, they turn out to be the evilest people on the planet. Fact. You know? Hey, I didn't care about that. £300, £300 he paid for that editing software. Exactly, Laura. Mugabe's wife was 100% worse. You know what I mean? 100% worse. She was fucking hardcore. You know, to be fair. You know, don't trust me for it, man. That's just allegedly, you know, what the people say. Eh. You know. But look, one man's terrorist, another one's freedom fighter, whether you like it or not. You know what I mean? That's what it is. Eh. You know? It is. Itmar Salami, you adding me. Itmar Salami, yeah, adding me. Yeah, okay. Itmar Salami. Right, see, Salami. Shut up, you cock. Yeah. 9, Danka, Itmal. You won't put on your camera because I know who you are. Eh. It's shocking. You'd think they'd get bored. Eh. Especially when I've already told you Python's great. So anyway, I've been noticing how people like to hang their boots and say weird shit and then hide it. Like take the live down straight away. Right? Yeah? Like Master Ron and other people. Got the opportunity. Multiple people. Right? Anytime he goes live, it will be grabbed as it goes, including the chat, live chat, and I'm going to review it. Me and a couple of other people. And we're going to review it proper review style, where we'll point out the obvious. Like I did earlier, how certain people didn't like the N word and they want to pretend that the N word is the P word. It can only be the P word. And it's because they're being done for things that can be associated with the N word. And that's November, Oscar, November, Sierra, Echo. Right? Yeah? Nah, for real. Like, listen, I know there's no dream team. I know that, like, literally, that was made up because it's in their fucking dreams and it just got runway. A bit like the WhatsApps with Jackie Body. Jackie Body, guys, 100%. He's not on WhatsApp, right? He doesn't have a smartphone. And you can have Discord on a computer back then. Yeah, you can have WhatsApp now on a computer, but I don't have them on WhatsApps. I will have them on the Discords. But just a simple video going, what's up? What's up? Where's Shell in the fucking garden? True. Michelle was then ranting and raving for years about Joe and Jackie Body on the WhatsApp crew, the WhatsApp group, and all that shit. Aye? It's because they're paranoid. It's because they're in lots of groups conspiring. Innit? They project. That's what happens. 100%. 100%. That's what works in their mind. How many times can they get proven wrong and people still listen and still believe? See, people like that, right? Do you want to know what I classify you as, right? See, like all the ones that still repeat everything that's been proven to be wrong, everything that's been proven to be lies, right? I put you in the same category as the mummy kids who brings in a new boyfriend and that new boyfriend ends up touching the kids. You're the one that won't listen to the kids when they tell you at first, right? And you'll deny it and deny it and deny it and deny it. Why? Because that means it's your fault. Because you brought it in. Fact. Fact. And it's the same as the dad who brings in a female to his children and she does something to them. Because here's the true facts. When it comes to kids, it's not Catholic priests or any religious sect that you need to worry about. It's the teachers. And it has been for fucking hundreds of years. We were all just taught it was another section, right? And here's what happens when it comes to normally when it comes to in the house, it's the step parent. And it's a 50-50 split to, right? Whether it's a stepdad or a stepmom. You generally find the male is more sexual, though, when you look at statistics, but the female happens to be more violent or mental abuse. You know, like they're the ones that'll be burning your kids. They're the ones that'll be doing other weird shit. It's like psychology, and it's statistics. And I know that 90% of statistics can be made up on the spot, right? But whether you like it or not, like that's true. But if you do your own research, you will actually find that it's never been the Catholic Church to look out for. It's never been any form of religion to look out for the most. It's always been the teachers. In the last few decades, though, that thing has swung now, and it's now certain demographics. You get what I mean? Yeah? To be fair, that's what the numbers suggest anyway. But it's always before now. It was always the teachers. It was always the teachers at school, to be fair. You know? I find the whole thing fucking sick, though, to be fair. Yeah? You know? That is what it is. Wilmore, okay. Let's see what you're saying. Called out wrong since day one. Now everyone else sees they are wrong because they got close. Big up the later tap dance. Hey, listen, I remember I got told loads of times, Joe's talking shite, Joe's talking shite, Joe's talking shite. Didn't listen to Joe, Joe's a cunt, Joe's this, Joe's that. And then, yep, Joe was right. You found out 6 months later, a year later, you found out Joe was right again. You know, I remember when it came, man like Tigs, man like kids. Joe's the guy that said that first time, right? Because he was on a panel and it got put in twice by a name that Joe didn't ken, right? So when it came in the third time, Joe repeated it because everybody else on the panel ignored it, right? Joe got called out for being a cunt by the same people that 6 months later, Anne Marie, BBA, and a couple of other people, right? They were all calling me a liar and everything, right? It's shocking that I said that. But 6 months later, the same people tried to out that guy as a nonce. Ask yourself why. Especially when the WhatsApp messages they were using were fake. They were made up. And they even brought a lassie on BBA's live, if I remember correctly, right? I need to go looking for a hard drive to find this for you because I got it BBA. Aye. The same as I've got the Anne-Marie one with me and the fucking Mrs. J one. Aye. After the fake anonymous shit that use your fucking crews all fucked about with. Try to use, what was his name again? Alien Archive to go burn down. What? Parliament? What? Car park? What? And you was all upset, eh? Tyrant Finder, Mrs. J, you. Who else? Come on. There's a few of them there, eh? Come on. Who else was there, guys? They were all upset, eh? What was it? What's his name again? 1918 or 1911 or some shit like that. Always be Tyrant Finder. His sister was up towards where Tommy Robinson comes from. They came down one night and they ordered food for milkshakes and that. And they needed the money and all that. But hey, who they said they ordered milkshakes for didn't exist in that area because it wasn't a real order. They would just want to get extract money out of people. Independent free press. 1918 or whatever. 1911. Aye. I mind that. That's a long time ago. But at that point, I tell you, they're no anonymous, because some of us are. Some of us can tell you what we told you 2014, stupid. Some of us can tell you all your protests are fake, because they all get kettled. Because anonymous, last one, Million Mass March, we never got kettled. How? Go fuck yourselves, because we want rats. We want paid opposition. We want CIs. Fucking shocking. Martian advice, people. Wake up. None of yous actually know where you are. Think about it. The only reason we have an online safety bill, right, is because our government said they were going to do it. I mean, I think I'm going back like 3 years ago now. I was doing lives with Jason V. We literally told people on the live that the government's going to do a consultation with social media, whereas they're going to take every complaint given to social media and look at these complaints and then see if these complaints justify the online safety bill. Then you had BBA and that coming straight away saying that if you let certain people on panels, you'll get struck, you'll go away, you'll disappear, you won't be on anything, right? That's not what we said. They said by March. But March was only the second reading or some shit, right? And fast forward to the day. When the third reading came in, after they played that up, right? After they played that, hey, doing Burning Joint. Leave Burning Joint there. Oh, he's still there. After that shit happened, then you had all the same people, all the bastards, yeah, advising everybody, all the hosts advised it, like Jamie, everybody. Oh, they said what to you? Phone the police. Phone the police. Phone the police. This is at this point, the government are taking all complaints, all reports, see if we need an online safety bill. And everybody was told to complain, and phone the police. You've still got the $2 telling everybody to phone the police. I remember Society X says, everybody take piss at my disability. I'll be phoning the Rosas on them. 30 minutes later, he came on somebody's panel and said I was a retard because I'm autistic. I think I've got a clip somewhere where I actually say, well, should I phone the Rosas? You just took the piss out my disability. Should I phone the police on you? Because that's what you just said on your live 20 fucking minutes ago. You only get struck, guys, because these hosts told everybody to strike you. I mean, if you go look at Officials live, Ken, when I was on it last week, she tells you that Sarah B and certain other people would message everybody and direct them to strike channels. Facts. It's all there for you. Michelle C does the same. Wilder does the same. Wilder has openly stated that he has struck me because I struck him. Here's the facts for you. I ain't struck Nikon ever. Ever. Why would I? I don't watch it. I wouldn't give it the fucking viewers, the fucking spastics Why would I give him the view hours for his bullshit? What the fuck? I might strike it. No, not me. I'm better than that. If I wanted to cause damage to him, he still walks about my show. Maybe he was lifted, Bobby, because he was gone for months. Seen him 3 times in the last 4 weeks, so maybe he is out now. Bobby reckoned Wilder had been lifted and remanded, because he nonsense stuff, making videos about kids, allegedly. I don't know. Just saying. Just saying. The only reason I said what I said on Officials is because I'd walked past them twice already at that point. Yeah. Over the shore, guys. With both his ducks and my Coley, to be fair. Yep. Didn't do nothing. Don't know why. Didn't get it. But I don't know if it's true if he got lifted or not. But I have seen a screenshot of him saying, "You're lucky you didn't have the Scottish police." And I hadn't seen him for 3.5 months before that. So it might be that he got remanded because they don't fuck about when it comes to these sort of things up here. And there is zero tolerance. Zilch. Zero. And up here, there is no 2 years later, it's gone. When it comes to certain things, we will get you whenever we get you. And that's the popo, to be fair. This is why I behave. Or at least understand what I'm saying. And I never sensationalize. Why? Because I've been living up here all my life, apart from when I lived in England and that, you know? Lived in a few other countries, but we'll not talk about that. You know what I'm saying? You get this. I'm a great mechanic and operator. Joiner, Taylor. Fact, I could do anything. Show me something once. It's mine. I think it's a Van Beck thing. You never know, you know. Bobby, he was going full fame. Wait now. Well, a certain channel is down for a bit. Ugh. You could just come up and tell me. I can't hear. I'm on a fucking phone, man. Well, a certain channel is about for a Beyoncé strike, but when it's when the channel is back in 10, 14 days, don't highlight this prick. I wouldn't highlight that prick, to be fair, because he's just going to come after you the same way he's already been grabbed. You know? Zesty J seems to be forgotten, which is nice. The thing is about Gay J, right, is he's like NTK. There is actually videos of Gay J doing dirty things with a cat, which actually carries just that alone. That video alone would get Gay J 5 years under bestiality laws. If he was suggesting it to another person, male or female, it can carry up to 10 years. That's why TNKs want to play the game he's playing. Say, just a joke, I'm mental anyway. Right? It's because he asked a female to do something, then it can carry up to 10 years UK statute law. I think it's even worse if that female's in Scotland, to be fair. Right? You get me? Just saying. Like, it's not for me to say. Like, I honestly believe that the TNK cat and dog hang was just bullshit. That was just a setup. Look over here, because of the other things, the Reedy hang, because people are starting to realise that Reedy didn't die alcohol poisoning. That's what I'm saying. And I think that T&K, he listened to Axel going, oh, I've been sectioned 4 times. I remember it. I seen a clip, right? And Si went, only 4? I've been done 5. You get me, right? But that's what T&K's doing. He's trying to. I got to see. I've took people. I've took soldiers, civvies, vets, and it's only been me that they would go to the funny farm way. Royal Ed in Edinburgh. I took my mate Kenny Smallburn, Kenny Mulburn. I took him to get sectioned. Aye. All I'm going to say is this. Real people that are after that, they don't get their phone back straight away. Right? It don't happen straight away. I'm glad he got his phone back soon. And I hope he gets it real soon. And they say, nah, you're a liar. And you go up for what you're going up for. Because I think you're a fucking dirty wrong'un. Fucking wrong'un, man. For real. I've got a dug in a cat. No like that. I've asked somebody to look after my fucking dog. But I've not asked them to sit on my dog's face. That's weird. And to be fair, I thought it was all make-believe to get away from the person that let somebody get abused that much that they ended themselves. Deleted themselves. I thought it was all fake news. Fake news. It's strange, isn't it? Because YouTube isn't real life. It's just photons. But there's a difference between character building, banter, than just downright fucked up shit that makes you a degenerate. And I've been on panels, 100%. I've been on panels where people have said degenerate shit, and you'll hear me laughing. You will. But if you pay attention, you'll also hear me saying, that's not right. You shouldn't do that. But I will laugh. I will laugh because some things you laugh at. You don't laugh at it because you think it's funny. You laugh at it because you're like, no way, you fucking said that. Hey, that's how it works. Some things I laugh, you're like, wow, no way. Hey, yeah. Facts. And I'll say things too that some of you will say, that's far too far. Right? You get me? Right? You know what I mean? And somebody will say things that I think is too far. But to some of you, it's no. Isn't it? You know? It's facts. But that's how it works. Sarcasm works that way. But there's certain things. I wouldn't blame anybody for what bad things happen to their kids. Right? Although I would imagine that as a parent, you would take some of that blame on yourself as a parent, whether it's right or wrong. The parent would do, right? I would. I honestly would. Unless the child, like, you know, nothing. Unless nothing. If somebody climbed in my fucking house one day and stole my wine, right? And I was in the house and I was sleeping, I'd still blame myself because I never woke up. If somebody snatched my kid on the way to school and I never took her to school, I'd blame myself as a father. I would. As a dad, I would. I really would. Fact. I fucking would. But I wouldn't bring it up to them. Looking in, I wouldn't turn round and like tell them it's their fault. Because as a parent, you would already know that you would believe it was your own fault if it was your own kid. You would take some form of responsibility. You would say, I would. I know it's not true. I know it wouldn't be my fault, right? It'd be the person who did it's fault, the degenerate crying through the window. But because I didn't wake up, because I wasn't there, as a dad, I would blame myself. I would. It would kill me inside. I think that's the same for any self-respecting dad and any self-respecting mother, to be fair, right? That's what I think. I wouldn't blame anybody and say that. I wouldn't tell them it's their fault. Because my opinion would be they would already think that themselves, right, as human beings. So I wouldn't say that to them. Because any self-respecting human being would already think that themselves, right? It's your child. Any bad thing happens to your child, whether you're there or no, you do think, oh, if only I was there. If only I was there, it wouldn't have happened. That is you blaming yourself. If only. That's you blaming yourself. So it's human nature. You don't need people to rub it in. That's degenerate behaviour. Fact. Fact. And we can go on about Sparky Shack and kid and incest and shite like that. I only said it once after 4.5 months we've been accused of saying it. But I'll tell you what, 4.5 months, that's over 1/30 a year. 1/30 a fucking year. And the best it is, Master Ronovich, you had the live that proves that it wasn't me. But the truth I didn't get. Right? Fact. See, I don't give a flying fuck if you don't like my delivery method. I'm honest to a fault. It's not my fault you didn't fucking like it. But everybody loves your honesty until you're honest with them or their friend, and then you're a cunt. And that's facts. Now, any of you cunts out there that didn't like my honesty, come on. Tell me what I'm wrong about. Tell me what I'm lying about. Don't hit me with shit, right? Don't go, oh, you got 8 teeth. Oh, this and that. Here's how it works, people, right? Here's how it works. When you hit people with facts, and they've got no answer for that, there's one or two things they do. Michelle C, she shuts the fuck up. She knows there's no point arguing. You're caught. Shuts up, goes quiet. Let somebody else take over. Right? People like Wilder, they don't attack what you say. They attack who said it. They'll say, oh, you're ugly this, you've got no teeth, all that shit. Yeah? Right? But they don't show themselves. Really? But they don't call you a liar. Now remember, there's no Morrisons in Bowness, guys. He told you that for 2 years. And then I showed you it. It's kind of weird that, isn't it? See, people who don't like the truth and want to hide behind their fake shit and their lies, they attack the person, not the words. Or they'll attack a certain part of the word, not the statement. And that's nothing more than misdirection and subterfuge. That's because they're liars. They're scammers. They're rogues. They're the kind of people that, in the real world, you wouldn't do that if they were on fire. You'd maybe piss on them, but not enough to put them out. Just enough to let them get up and then stop. It's fact. Same with Gay J, Fish Cake Boy. Exact same shit. When does any of them come with you with facts? Why don't they give you, like, proper clips? Why is it certain clippers never ever clip certain people? Why is that? Is it donations? Is it? Because we all ken who donates a lot. Because I remember when Blackburn Audits got called out for being naughty things and that, right? Scams. Who was well in there as donation coffees in that? Who was that again? Who seems to always donate to certain individuals that turn out to be a little bit degenerate? Would that be Michelle C? Would that be her? I mean, I remember when DAFTA, right? DAFTA, right? Check this out, right? DAFTA, right? DAFTA, allegedly, some people say, had a fine because he had marginalised transvestite, maybe pushed it a bit. You get me? If you were to push somebody, that would be classified as a certain crime, right? And if the person was trans, you know, it'd be that type of crime against the trans. So anyway, it's like $1,200 fine, right? Now DAFTA ain't paid that shit, right? Ooh. Gets carted, extract, payment of fine, or X amount of days, 2 jails. Who paid the fine? Who paid the fine for DAFTA for battering a transvestite? Now, I don't know if it was a female man or a man female. I just know it was TRANS, Tango Romeo Alpha November Sierra, and it's about $1,250. Who is it that paid that fine so he didn't have to go and do any days for pound notes? Answers on the back of your postcard. Or in a chat if you know. Yep, 100%. It had to be, innit? It had to be. Because the other one doesn't work. Does it? Interesting, eh? Because the other one, most it can get is PIP. Right? And you're not getting full PIP for menopause. That's for sure. PIP is the only thing that's not means tested. Right? And I can guarantee you right now, it ain't got 1,200 quid in its own bank right now. Eh? Because I know what the lowest PIP is. And it's shit. And PIP is not means tested, guys, right? PIP is not for disabled people or anything. You can actually be a full-time worker and get PIP, right? Yeah, so there's nothing about being a pipper, right? Peppa Pip. Right? So, like I said, certain people buy coffees for certain people all the time, right? I mean, look at Gypsy Dave, right? The people's purse. Really? No, Gypsy Dave. You allowed people to come on your shit, rinse people to get your numbers up, get your viewers up so you could get monetized. You talked about the people's purse, then it disappeared. You also told us tobacco is really expensive now, blah, blah, this, blah, blah, that. Then came out, I'll maybe put out my PlayStation 4. PlayStation 4, guys, great machine, can hack it to the planet. It's great, but it's EOL, Echo Oscar Lima, end of life. End of life. It's not like a PlayStation 3 fat where there's $200 more gold in that than what we bought them for, right? Fact. And by the way, that's $200 more gold decades ago when the gold price was rather low. Now it's through the roof. Yeah, I know. I've got 10 fat PS5s in my front room. To be fair, though, 3 of which they've all got like yellow ring of death, eh? Right? They're all YWODs, right? But we can't even fix them now, right? Right? Felix showed us, you know what I mean? Right? But I've got 3 of them, which are the golden SKUs. Kind of ones where you got the built-in backwards compatibility, and oh, by the way, when you can, you can. But the Linux, buff. Oh, I'll get probably $3,000 for them, just with the standard firmware on it, right? Modify it, hard drive it. Oh, because there's collectors of SKUs, and these SKUs gold dust like hen's teeth, right? The rest of them, they're just getting dissolved in fucking acid in my hut soon. I'll do a video on that, show you how to recover gold with peroxide, water, heat, and activated carbon. When one knows, one knows. Nah, when you can, you can. When you don't know, you're next. Because we know your name. Not mine. What, GJ? Nah, he's on protection with his police officer brother. He's got him under lock and key. Aye. You know what I mean? That's what's happening there. Or maybe him and Laura Lou junked up. You know what I mean? And he's got syphilis now too. You never know. Stranger things have happened, guys. You know. You know, kind of weird. So anyway, if you want to come up, give me a topic. Questions, you can put questions in chat. I'll ask them to the best of my ability. If you do ask a silly question, I will give a silly answer. You know? Because otherwise, it's well going out and setting fires. Again, it's raining and that. But, you know, I've got accelerator. I can help it on its way. Oh, come on. It's funny-ish. Allegedly. Nah. Link's there, you can't. Scroll up, you lazy fucking fat prick. Is that how it works, Ultra? That's how it works, aye. Oh, here we go. That's going to be hard work.
Oh, Jay, how you doing there, Joe, lad? You all right? Oh, Joe, you all right? Am I talking about now, lad? I can't hear you, Joe. Oh, Joseph, Vincent McGlady, are you there? Say something there, Joe. Say something there, lad. I'm talking to myself here, lad. I'm talking to myself. You bro.
Why you pretending that you're sounding like you're sounding like you're trying to talk like Tyrone.
Tyrone, lad. It
sounds like you've got Banksy's coal at the back of your throat.
Yeah, lad, you're right there. Like I said, like I said. Nobody knows my real voice on here. I am the man. Now, what have you been talking about there, Joe?
Yeah, Thelma. If it had been like an airplane there, it'd be like, talk to me, Goose, talk to me, Goose.
Oh, Joe, lad, I'll tell you this, I mean, Joe, like I said to you, Joe.
How you doing nowadays, lad? Hope you're good. Hope you've been bouncing about on those motorbikes, Alan. You know, to be fair. Alan likes the motorbikes in that Edinburgh.
Oh.
Bobby.
That was a bit of a fucking shit, Joe, don't you think, Joe?
I think you sound like fucking a female that I know that does prank calls.
Yeah, lad, you're right. Yeah, like I said to you, didn't I? Didn't I say it to you the other day, Joe?
No, you never said nothing to me over day like that.
I did. Don't you think Edinburgh is a bit of a fucking shithole?
Only at the outsides. Edinburgh's only. Are you south, Alan? Oxgangs and Broomhouse, but you already ken that, Alan, innit? You know what I mean? Big up the south side. South side steamy. Used to like that pub. Big Jim for Fuzzo. Used to serve for there. Used to live in Boneste, Jim the gardener. I liked him, to be fair. But aye, Edinburgh's a pretentious city, Bobby.
It's full of themselves, you know. They've got nice buildings and all that. But it's like the people are fucking.
Nah. It's a pretentious city because Edinburgh is in between the rock and the hard place. I.e., the Pentland Hills before you get to Roslyn Chapel, Midlothian, Pennycook, Roslyn, straight in, not mine, Loanheed, right? But between the hills, you've got an estuary called the Firth of the Forth. You see, right? Now, Midlothian is actually Edinburgh. East Lothian is like Trinent and Berwick and shit like that, yeah, right? And West Lothian is where I am, Antonine as well, just before you hit Grangemouth, at the Forth Estuary, Forest and Ness, Bowness, you bass. And for all you people that like that fucking stupid ass fucking Scotland fucking Outlander, Blackness is right next to Bowness. Still Lord Hamilton's lands, and that's the castle you all like, right?
Don't you think?
Shut up, man.
People.
That doesn't make a difference, does it? What are you talking about? Why are you talking over me?
Don't you think Scottish people just want to be English?
No, am I English or am I French? Or am I Scottish? What am I?
So you're Heinz 57 there, Joe?
Well, my lineage comes from Normandy. William the Bastard, 1066, which means I'm a Norman.
So you're saying you're normal? There, Joe.
That's hardly a decent. Yeah, Alan, you can't listen, Alan. He's related to Jonesy, who used to like putting things for banks into wheelie bins. That's so he is, right? We didn't ken though. Wink, nudge. Fucking hell.
But Joe, like I said to you loads of times, I've never been in Liverpool in my life.
Yeah.
Oh, I got to tell you, Joe, I tell you this, lad. I tell you, he comes to London, lad. He comes to London, boy.
I don't need to come to London. I'm already
come to
there.
London, lad. I'll show you all the best places to go.
I don't need to. I'm a Hayward.
Yeah, Hayward, my ass.
Yeah. So I'm a Hayward, aye. Haywards are Normans, you fucking idiot. What does Hayward mean? Wait, shut up. What does Hayward mean? No, Jesus was born in a barn. It didn't make him a fucking horse, did it?
No, he was born in a house. The barn was...
No, he wasn't. He was born in a manger. He was born in a barn. It didn't make him a fucking horse.
No evidence. Like
it didn't make him a cow. Yeah.
No evidence
like
you said. The fact.
There's no evidence to support the fact. There's no evidence to support the fact that you're... There's no evidence to support the fact that you're no fucking Scouse either.
Oh, there's loads of evidence. My driving license. My birth certificate.
Yep.
I was born and bred in London, lad. I was born and bred in London.
I can move house. A.G. Smith showed us
nationality.
And it wasn't his house either.
Determines the place where he's born. So he's born in Scotland. So you're a Scottish man. Want to be English? You want to be French?
No. What are you talking about? Jesus was born in a barn. It didn't make him a horse.
No.
Yes.
Well,
Fact.
so you're saying that a woman got pregnant by a Holy Spirit? Or did she get gangbanged by fucking hundred of Roman soldiers?
That's a bit T&K. Fucking hell, lad.
No,
That's
because
not right. That's not right. That's not what I said. Why they go? What is it with people with bestiality, man? That ain't normal, is it? You know. And to be fair, to answer this question, right? They did do a DNA test on the Shroud of Turin, and what they found out was, all right. Now I'm going to let you go do a little bit of research yourselves, guys. Right? So I'll give you Ken all of it, but something you need to go figure out. Some of you are intelligent enough, and you won't need to figure it out, right? But we're all got chromosomes here. There's an X chromosome and a Y chromosome, right? Allegedly, whatever the chromosome is for males, when they tested the blood samples, in the Shroud of Turin, there was only the male chromosome available in the blood. And the thing is, we all have male and female chromosomes, right? Yeah. But allegedly, the Shroud of Turin only actually has the male chromosome, and that's why they actually say that science confirms the Immaculate Birth, because it was fuck all to do with Mary and all about God. Bring it back on, lad. Didn't do things like that again, though, right? Because that's like, can't I mean? Nah.
Animals, Joe. I didn't say anything about animals. You're the one who's talking about the animals.
yeah. You said.
I said Roman soldiers. I said the gangbang from Roman soldiers.
No. That's not what you said. You said
That's what I said.
you said
That's what I said.
You said coos. Said coos.
No, whatever.
Said coos.
Whatever.
Said
Whatever
coos.
there, lad.
That
Anyway, Joe.
far too back. Move along.
Anyway, Joe. You're talking about this Sal de Serin, all this crap. Now,
what
you
crap?
got tested.
What was that S word? What was that word you said? That's what?
You got tested. DNA test. You said you got DNA tested. No, it only got tested.
The Shroud of Turin. The Shroud of Turin. Do you know what the Shroud of Turin is?
Yes. Have you saw it, Joe? Have you actually saw it?
No, excuse me. Wait, listen, I've been to Rome, so shut up.
Have
Do you know what the Shroud of Turin is? Where is the Shroud of Turin?
It's supposed to be the cross.
Where is it?
It's in
it's not in Turin. For a
no, it's in Rome. It's in a church in Rome.
Which one?
I can't remember the name off the top of my head, Joe.
See the last Pope, guys, when he got buried in that one. I've been to Rome, but anyway, carry on.
Like I said, Joe.
That should answer the question when he says, "Have you seen it?"
No, that's what I'm saying to you. Nobody saw it. The last time it got examined, it was in the late 80s, and it was deemed to be a fake.
Who deemed it a fake?
The scientists with DNA test, carbon 14.
Carbon. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, yes, lad. Now, I'm saying to you...
What? I'm saying
two
texts. You made 3 statements there, so let me deal with each one individually. Right? In the 80s, DNA tests, pretty shit.
Yeah? That's been tested
let me finish. You said it was last tested in the 80s, and in the 80s, DNA tests were pretty shit. It was last tested less than 8 years ago. Stop talking shite.
No, you're wrong, there, lad.
No, let me finish. I'm going to move on to the next one. The next one we said was what? What was the next one you said?
Carbon 14 dating.
Right, okay. When it comes to carbon dating, guys, okay? It's either carbon 8 or carbon something else. I'm not too sure. I don't think it's 14, all right? That carbon has to stay constant all the way from the beginning of time in order for carbon dating to be correct. Unfortunately, we do have incidences where multiple times all around the world we carbon date things and it says weird things like millions of years, right? Let me finish. Millions of years. So what happens is, right, these things, like one of the things we all know about, and the BBC and they gave it to you, right, was some mad thing that was found, right, and it's actually like a fucking brass clockwork thing, and it's off for actually sailor and navy shite, yeah, right? And it was found at like off Greece somewhere. When it was carbon dated to before it's possible that, according to all scientists and all everything we know about our history, we were actually making fucking things like that, right?
Oh, Joe, it's like I
Right.
said, Joe.
Right, so what was the third thing you mentioned? Because carbon dating is nothing but a theory, and if that one carbon doesn't stay constant, then it's not correct, and that's why there's multiple times it's
And
been
you're
found
talking
to
about
be
blood, Joe. You're talking
unbelievable.
about
Right.
blood.
So what was the third one? The third one you said was what? Come on.
I can't remember what I said, Joe. You've been talking
Right.
for so long.
That's fine. I dealt with two of them. You can't even remember the third
Now,
thing. That's
the-
how
also,
confident
Joe,
he is after I dealt with the first two.
Also,
Right.
Craig, my point is that the blood, if you say you got DNA and all that crap from the blood, you said that it'd been tested 8 years ago. Bullshit. So that's saying to be tested was in the 80s. Now, the church won't let it out to get tested. The reason why it won't let it out to get tested, because they know is a load of bollocks. Like the saints fucking bones, the saints or Jesus foreskin. There's about 14 Jesus foreskin around the world. Now, this fucking hell, look at Saint Nicholas. This bone's supposed to be in Italy, Turkey, America, Spain.
Cool.
Now,
Right. That's enough. That's three things. I can only deal with three things. Now,
Go
let me
on.
go on. Right. Okay. What was the first thing you mentioned again?
blood. But now, what the fucking hell,
Right.
Joe?
Okay. When it comes to the, like, come on, you're fucking making these statements, so you better care what statements you're making when you
Joe,
make them.
it's
Because
the
I'm going to,
it's
come
the-
on,
I'm gonna
stop
tell you.
crying,
Let me
stop crying,
just
stop
finish
crying,
it.
stop crying.
Oh,
Stop
Joe,
crying. Okay.
subversion.
They
Like I said,
actually tested the blood, and it's documented, depending where you want to go and leak. Some people say, right, okay, that they actually had moving red or white blood cells when they tested the blood. All right. Okay. Right. Next one was point two.
No,
The
I would've
bones.
said-
The bones.
yeah.
Right. Listen. How many bones does a human body have?
And you tell me.
Come on. How many bones does a human body have? Give me your approximation. I'll give you a clue. It's over 200. Right. How many phalanges? I mean bones. I mean phalanges, because bones.
So, like, so you're saying there's over 200 bones in a human body?
Yeah, it's about 200. Aye, round about that.
It's
Go for it.
206.
There you go.
Now,
Round
like I said,
about it.
Joe,
Wait.
Right.
Two tanks. I'm only at point two. So there's 206 bones in a human body, and you're asking me how is it certain
Matter
people
of
around
fact,
the world
Joe,
are all
matter
saying,
of fact,
wait, let me finish. If
a
you pay
baby
attention,
would
guys,
have
shut
more-
up. Like,
baby would
listen,
have
if you didn't let me
more-
finish, right, okay, mate, I'll just move you off if you didn't let me finish, right? Right. If you go look, guys, about what he just said about how many bones, right? Not one fucking faction says they have the same fucking bones. They're not all saying I've got the leg bone.
Oh, they do, Joe.
No, they don't.
There's
No, they
14
don't.
foreskins of Jesus Christ around the world.
Listen.
I don't know about you, Joe.
Wait.
I've only got
Fucking
one
hell.
foreskin.
Fucking hell.
So did Jesus
Here's the
have
funny
16?
thing. Let me finish.
Did Jesus
Let
have
me
14
finish.
discs?
Let me finish. Right? I can't talk about foreskins because I'm not a Jew. I'm a Christian. I can only assume, though, right, that foreskin was chopped up 14 times. But for every other thing you've mentioned apart from the foreskin, right, it can be answered, right? So I'll give you the foreskin, but I've never heard the 14 people saying I've got Jesus' foreskin. I've never even heard of one.
Look it up.
Right?
Matter of
But
fact,
that does
one of the nuns you become a saint.
Oh, fucking
One
hell,
of the
man.
nuns become a saint. Use the foreskin of Jesus.
That doesn't mean, right, that there isn't 14 factions out there saying they've got the foreskin. All right? So let's move on to the next third fucking thing. Right, on you
What
go.
else are you talking about? So, Joe, do you think it's the Bellancroft of Jesus Christ? Now, just the fact there's no evidence that Jesus Christ is ever born to the...
Well, there is actually evidence. There is evidence.
What's the evidence, Joe?
Let me finish then. There's actually written Roman, text 90 AD by a certain chronicler that states about Jesus. Doesn't say he saw Jesus. It gives us and confirms the story of Jesus, and it also confirms about the Roman soldier who was blind with the spear of destiny too, and he could see. The one that we all know, and it's well documented that saint, because he did get sainthood after they chopped his tongue out and he was still talking, right? And that shit, my friend, is documented in chronicles that Pontius Pilate times agree to.
Well,
right?
Let's look at that then. Let's look at that now. You said that Joseph and Mary had to go back to Bethlehem because they had the big census saying you've got to go back to the place where he was born. Now, that never happened. Now, the prophecy said that Jesus...
Wait.
No, I haven't finished, Joe.
I can actually answer the Bethlehem thing, too.
No,
I
haven't finished.
I
haven't finished. Just let me finish.
Galilee.
Joseph and Mary went back to Bethlehem. So the reason why they had to go back to Bethlehem, because the prophecy said the next Messiah will come from the family of David. David's from Bethlehem. That's the only reason why that came of shit. Now, they said Jesus would come to
They say that Jesus was born in Galilee, not Bethlehem.
Bethlehem? It's in there.
No. Jesus is for Galilee. Galilee. And there's two. Wait. And by the way, you get Galilee and Galilee, right? They actually tell you in the Bible Jesus comes from Galilee, which is in North Israel. To be fair, if you want to talk Bible, you better be right.
Australia as well. You know, like I said, Joe, don't look it up.
Listen,
so you're saying that
there's two Edinburghs in America. There's two Edinburghs in America.
So,
which one was your first? There's two Edinburghs in America.
Secondly,
which one was your first?
Jesus had brothers and sisters.
He didn't, did you know? He had an elder brother, I believe, and he had younger sisters and brothers as well.
Yeah, he had seven brothers and sisters. The oldest brother was James, supposed to be one of his apostles. Now,
I'm not 100% too sure if that's correct or no, but
correct. It is correct, Joe. It is correct. You know? Now, so tell me then. Now, what's more likely? A fucking God came down, shot the fucking woman. That's what he had to do. Got her pregnant, or he had to do.
No, he didn't. He didn't have to do that. Right. Okay. Right. Look, I get. Wait, let me finish. Like, I've got the premise of your question now. Right. You didn't have to go into it. You're trying to think of a nice way of saying it without saying what you're saying. Right. So I get it. Let me answer you. Right. Right. I'm going to go backwards. All right. That one there is quite simple. The creator does not need to interfere with anything to create. Right? It doesn't have to. The creator, the maker of everything, right? The divine, ultimate, higher power creator does not need to interfere with anything to make life. It can just decide it, right? Okay, right. Let me finish. You can argue later if you believe or not there's an ultimate creator that has all that ultimate power. But in the beginning there was the word God. In the beginning there was a big bang. In the beginning there was a vibration. What's the fucking difference?
The difference is, Joe, there's no evidence that
there's no evidence of a big bang either.
Well, yes, actually. Yes, Joe, you can see
there's not. There is a theory.
No, Joe,
oh my God. I only even, listen,
You
You're
can
now
actually
getting
see
like
it.
this. Oh,
It's got the
right, I'm gonna mute you. I'm
background
gonna mute. I'm gonna mute you.
radiation.
I'm gonna mute you. I'm gonna mute you. Hang about. Don't mute yourself though. Right. Look, I didn't want to get into semantics yet about the creator. Right. Yeah. But I'm pointing out that an ultimate creator, if you believe in a trinity, a god, right? I don't give a shit what god you believe in or whatever, right? Higher power, whatever. Doesn't make a difference. I'm pointing out the fact that if you do believe in that shit, right, then you don't need to interfere with anything. In the beginning, there was a word. He made this, he made that, and so it was, and it was good. All that shit, Adam and Eve, right? If you can make one and then another, you can make one and one. That's my point, right? Now,
All right,
before we
Joe,
get
all
on,
right.
wait, let me finish.
No,
Shut up.
Go
Before
on.
we go to semantics of that shit, what was the other two you said before that? And like I said, you got to remember. I tried to make it easier for you rather than go right back to the start. I started this time with the last
Joe,
one you
like I
said
said,
was
yeah, no, so you, all right then, you was the first woman in the Bible, Joe.
the first woman in the Bible. Well, which Bible? New Testament or Old?
Who was the first woman on the earth, Dad? Who was the first woman on the earth?
Eve. Allegedly Eve.
No, you're wrong there, Joe. You thought you haven't got the Bible, then have you?
Have?
You know you haven't. You was the first woman then, Joe.
Eve
No,
came
no.
from a
Have
Eve
you heard of
came from
Elizabeth? Haven't you heard of
Eve.
Elizabeth? Have you heard of Elizabeth, Joe? Have you
No,
heard
but
of
that's
Elizabeth?
what that's why I asked you which Bible.
No, Joe. Come on, Joe.
Ah, which Bible?
No,
Come
Johnny
on, which Bible?
boy.
Which
No.
Bible is she in? Which Bible is she in? It's not the King James Bible, is it?
The King James Bible was a fucking a Bible from a nutter king. He wanted
No, it's
he
not.
just want, he wanted the he was picking on witches. He was that fucking witch general fucking finder with this part. Now he's a fucking crank. James the first was a fucking crank.
Really? Bobby said Scousers don't have foreskins. They don't go well with perms and brightly coloured trainers. Sorry, Bobby.
Oh man, don't give it that time.
I know you didn't. That's why.
I
I'm
know,
just
I did
looking
about
at
20, but I did about 5 minutes ago, and I thought, you know,
it. Mine,
like I said, Joe,
mine just
there's no
static
proof.
from Celsius.
there's no
Hey,
proof
Alan,
that the
I tell you
Bible.
what, Alan, right? I don't wear tracksuit, Alan, right? Not at all. Because before I joined the army in the 90s in Brewhouse, bro, we used to like the bonfires down at the fucking next to the railway line and that, bro. I had a Sergio Giacchini shell suit, bro. That
So
shit melts.
you wore a
When
cell
it goes
suit,
on
and
fire.
Joe.
No,
wanna-
it fucking melted, bro. Once in my life, it fucking melted, bro. It was
So
not
how
a
old
good
are you,
idea.
Joe?
That shit bad. I'm
How old is
45.
you? How old are you?
45.
And you remember the shell suits?
Yeah, I'm a
Come on,
bird.
Joe.
I'm a
Come
burner
on.
boy. Sergio Giacchini.
That's probably they're still going on in Scotland, but the rest of the world, shell suits went before I was born. You know, it was only
Hey,
like a
listen.
year or so.
Nah, man, it was in
I
the
was born
late
82.
80s, early 90s. Late 80s,
No,
early 90s,
Joe,
bro.
it was only like the fucking leg warmers.
Exactly, Alan. Look, Alan Kens. We all melted our shell suits. For real.
So come on, Joe. What's your proof that Jesus existed?
What's your
I give you about 20 arguments that he didn't.
Man,
I would say 100% certainty. That shroud of Turin was it's a bullshit. That's why the Catholic Church.
I would say that the New Testament Bible is the most cross-referenced book ever. There's 3.2 million cross-references in that book.
The Bible's like 7 centuries after supposed to be Jesus was born.
Apart from that, you ask me, give you proof Jesus is alive, right? Okay.
Yeah.
You give me proof that space exists.
Well, I'm sitting in a big room, Joe. Right now,
Mhm.
I'm looking round.
Mhm.
The space suit me right. The space
Right,
suit me
okay,
right.
right, okay. I'm going to reword it for you then, because
Yeah.
you've been. It's nice, cautious and wide, right?
Yeah.
You tell me that outer space exists. You tell me that
Well,
after the ether exists
you know,
and all
I've
these.
been
Right,
on,
come on.
I've been on site
You
and
tell me.
I
You
am
tell me
telling you,
gravity exists. You give
I'm
me
telling
proof
you.
of gravity. Give me
And
proof of
well,
gravity.
see, all you've got to do, Joe, right? Pick an apple. Isaac
That's
Newton.
not
Pick
proof.
up an
That's
apple.
not proof. That's not proof.
What's proof,
That's
Joe?
not
What
proof.
proof do you
No,
want?
it's not. It's not. It's not at all. Well, listen. Think about it this way, right? Space is a vacuum, but our atmosphere is a vacuum. Is it possible to have a vacuum inside the vacuum? No,
Yes, it
of
is
course it's
actually,
not.
Joe. Yes,
Not
it is.
actually. It's not.
Oh, it is indeed, Joe. It is indeed.
Listen to me. Listen to what I'm
Listen to
saying.
me.
Listen to what I'm saying. You would need 3 vacuums for space to be a vacuum and our atmosphere to be a vacuum. You would need 3 vacuums. You would
Now,
need the space vacuum, the Earth's vacuum, and then you need another vacuum to contain it. And that's
so you're saying,
unscientifically repeatable science, not possible. Now, if you want to tell me there's pictures of outer space, tell me what type of pictures they are, Bobby. They're composite pictures,
I give you the
people.
eyewitness account,
Composite.
Joe. I give you
What
the
does
eyewitness account. I'm going to give you
wait?
answer.
What does composite picture mean?
That just means
Made
that
up.
it's made
Made
up.
up. Made
No,
up.
I'm going to tell you the facts,
Yes.
Joe. No, you
But
went on Concord. I've been on Concord, right?
back.
I've been
Have
on
you?
Concord. Yes, I
And
did when I was
does Concorde pilot keep pushing the nose down
when it's
for the
flying. When
curve?
it's no, goes up when it's flying. That's when it goes supersonic. Now, if you went on Concord, it's fly so high. You see the curvature of the Earth. I saw
Yeah.
the curvature of the Earth. So
Do you? Do
yes,
you
I did.
really?
Yes, I
Do
did.
you? Did you see it in a flat windy or was it a curved windy in the Concorde? Because I've been
Oh,
on
this way
Concorde and
goes, Joe. Like, you know what else?
I know it's double glazing and I know
You
the
know,
outside
yeah.
one is curved the exact
You
same as
know,
the body of the
you
frame.
know,
And I know the
the
inside one is curved the exact same, but it's still. Now, what happens if you put 2 lenses in front of each other and between a space in between? What happens to the naked eye? Does it curve everything, Bobby? Is that like a fisheye
no, but
camera, that
Joe, like I
Bobby?
said,
It is, isn't it, Bobby?
outer
It
space
is,
is only
Bobby, isn't it?
62 miles
Right, so
up.
anyway, right, two
Outer
ticks,
space
Bobby,
is
2
only
ticks.
60
Right, I'm
miles,
going to mute you
62
again. Hang
miles
about, I'm
up.
going to mute you. Hang about, right? Listen, it doesn't make a fucking difference how high you fucking fly. If there was a curvature, the pilot would always have to keep dipping his nose to stay in the same height. Constantly
No,
dipping his nose. Yes.
no, have you
Yes.
ever saw the
Yes.
Concorde,
Yes.
Joe?
Yes. Yes.
No,
Yes.
no. When you
Otherwise,
see the
he would
Sonic.
constantly climb. If
No,
he
you
didn't dip
wouldn't,
his
Joe.
nose, he would. He would.
You wouldn't.
He would. It curves
You
away for
wouldn't.
you, you
Oh,
fucking
Joe, have you
idiot.
been on a plane?
So
Have you
anyway,
been on a plane?
have I been on a plane? I've been head chopping on a helicopter.
Yeah, have you
I've
been?
been on I've been on probably more.
All right, all right,
I've
Joe,
probably listen, let me finish. I've jumped out perfectly good
Joe, I'm
fucking
having my second.
planes. I've jumped out perfectly.
I'm having.
I have jumped out perfectly good fucking planes. I have jumped out helicopters. I have done static. I have done free fall. I may have even done a halo. You never know. And if you don't know, high altitude, low opening. You better be able to swim. Of course. I hadn't seen a curve. None. Not one. To be fair. Maybe it was my goggles. Who knows? This is the same reason why the Nikon camera proved with the boats. When you get new tech that allows you to zoom in long enough, you can still see it.
Still see what, Joe?
The ship over the horizon.
No, you didn't actually do that, Joe. Tell the truth, lad. Shame the devil. You see part of the ship.
Shame the devil. You're here as Diablo. Fucking
Yeah.
lunatic.
I know, I'm shame the devil, lad. Come on, lad. Come on, lad. You're one of these flat earth.
No, again, who tamed it? I'm not flat earth. I'm telling you right now. I asked you. Prove it to me. I've not proven you nothing. I'm telling you to prove the opposite.
I'm still
I'm telling you prove the opposite. Why do you think you say a glass ceiling? The glass ceiling might be the what's it called? What's it called?
Put it this way, Joe. You said the earth is flat, and there's a big ice wall at the edge of the earth, correct?
No, that's just the UN.
Yeah, that's
symbol.
a big ice.
That's the UN symbol.
I know that's a flat lie. I know.
Come on. That's the UN symbol, isn't it?
No, I don't 100%
what people say is a flat Earth map, right? With an ice wall. If you take the UN flag, it's a flat Earth map, right? And with a white laurel all the way around it. Maybe some people say that's the ice wall. I say some people, right? You say me. I say no. I'm just not that naive enough to dismiss everything and believe I'm correct. Do you know how I say some people say, or allegedly, or according to some, or, I've read or I've seen people say this. You never actually hear me say until certain things, that's gospel, that's a fact. When I tell you it's a fact, it's because I've fucking seen
Joe, yeah, that's my point. That's my point. You saw
yes, and my point to you was also the same. You proved to me gravity exists, and here's the thing. Gravity is not a fact. Gravity is a theory. And all theories are only theories until proven wrong.
Do you know what the definition of a scientific theory is?
It's something
a scientific theory
fact.
and a normal theory. It's two different things. A scientific theory means that it's been proven.
It's not been proven.
Look it up, Joe. Google it.
It's been accepted. No. It's been accepted.
Yeah.
Because of one or two more. Wait. Let me finish. It's been accepted because of one or two more other theories. Works with it.
Joe, it's been proven.
No. Shut up. It's not been proven. Let me finish. Here's the thing. Right? The word theory actually has a meaning, right? And you could turn around and say, scientifically, we're going to change that meaning. That's just what Fauci did that shit, guys. He changed the meaning of words. He said, scientifically, this is better to say this. You get me? Now, here's the other fucking fact for you. Now, the key word I said there was fact. Scientific theories are only theories until proven wrong. And even Einstein has had theories proving wrong. There has been multiple theories, scientific theories, that we have worked off of for hundreds of years and then find out that's wrong. And then we don't want to talk about that anymore. Do you know why, guys? Because it's been found out to not be a fact. Because we'll take scientific theories as long as we get another 2 or 3 other scientific theories that lend their hand to that being correct, then it's somehow scientific fact. No, it's not. It just turns out we can explain this because of these other theories we have.
Well, I tell you the other thing then, Joe, right? We're talking about facts here.
Would you agree? Wait, before we move forward, do you comprehend what I'm saying there? And do you know the difference now?
That's what I said about 10 minutes ago, Joe. That's what I said about 10 minutes ago. Like I said to you, I'm having my 90th birthday.
There's no proof for gravity. That's my point. There's no proof.
Well,
you've got a theory backing another. You've got multiple theories backing another theory, but we have points in history in the last 300 years minimum at least 10 points. I'm not going to go through them. Go find out yourself. Where even Einstein's theories have been proven wrong. Quantum mechanics are proving that wrong, right? Yeah? That's why we're looking for dark matter now, right? Yeah? Some people say that dark matter isn't actually dark matter. It's because we live in a binary solar system. And there is actually a dead star all the way out there. 2 stars, 2 suns, right? They're completely
All
different
right.
things.
So how many?
Right, so
How many
move along.
moons? How many moons has Earth got?
Allegedly 2.
So you're right too. How many planets in the solar system? In our solar system.
Allegedly 8, but there was 9. But they still say
Pluto.
there's 9.
Why
They
was
still say
Pluto?
there's 9. They still because it's seemingly a dwarf planet.
No, the reason why they thought it was a 9 planet because the gravity, the magnetic field around the planet shows that it should be from us. This.
Yep.
Should
And that's
be.
why
Nah.
we. That's
So
why we're now
Pluto-
wending like 2
yeah,
ticks,
but-
right? 2 ticks. That's like listen, perfect. Let me finish though. Let me interject, right? That's why we're looking for dark matter, right? And wait. That's also why there's certain hypotheses out there that we live in a binary solar system, 2 stars, right? Yeah.
No.
And a way out there because Voyager, who left first? Voyager 1 or 2? Voyager 2 went first and it went one direction. Voyager 1 went the other direction, right? And one of the Voyagers is the one that we're now dealing with the dark matter, and they've went past all the other planets. That's why people talk about Planet X, the red dwarf planet, Nibiru.
Hey, Joe, then,
Hey.
like them. If that's all you're talking about, solar system, what would happen
If
if I
it's true,
built it? What
that's
would
true.
happen?
If
What would
there's not
happen
a
if I
firmament,
yeah? What would happen if I build a time machine tonight now, and I went back? I went back a year ago. What would happen to me?
you'd be stuck there, I believe. I believe you can't go forward. You can
No,
only go
what
back.
would happen, Joe?
Well, it depends. Would you want to go and see yourself?
No. The facts are, Joe, that if I built time machine and went back a year, I'd be in space because this thing out that a year ago, the Earth's not in the same place as it now. Secondly,
If there's a solar system and there's not a firmament,
no, just the Earth's moving, the solar system's moving, the
if there's
sun's moving. So, like I
you
said,
have
Joe,
only been given.
also-
No, come on, just pause the do, right? You're making statements there, right?
yeah, statement of
And
fact.
right that way, if there's a solar system, if there's a firmament, right, there is no solar system.
Why can't we travel the speed of light?
Because you're not bright enough.
No, you can't. You never could travel the speed of light because you need mass to be mass.
But
So,
but there is things that travel at the speed of light. It's called information. Hence, we have fiber optics. So information travels at the speed of light, but we can't get things to travel at the speed of light. How does that work?
because you've still got to have mass, haven't you? You've got to have mass. Slows.
Data's got mass. Data's got mass.
No, it
Data's got
hasn't.
mass.
No, it
It
hasn't.
has. It fucking fills up hard drives.
Yeah, but it still has got mass, has it? It still hasn't got a physical.
Hard drives
being.
get heavier the more times they're written to. And you would expect hard drives to get lighter because they burn off information, don't they? They actually take things off it, but they do actually get heavier. So figure that one out.
So come on, Joe. What's your go-to theory that you believe?
My go-to theory that I believe,
Yeah.
we're all going to die. But I don't give a fuck.
So
What you love, like, listen, what, like, theory about what? What's your theory? My
Anything
theory
you
is
like.
that we're all going to die, and the people that have limited all you the most is the people that tell you it's not as easy as that. I learned a long time.
Wait.
I learned a long time ago. It is easy as that if you just do it. Don't be limited by others that tell you It's not as easy as that. It's as easy as that if you just do that. Do it. Like,
You know where Lucy is, Joe? The first human that walked upright, fossil. It's called. The name's Lucy. Now, there's not. It's like dinosaurs and birds. There's like the Archaeopteryx, where it's a half dinosaur, half bird in between. But there's no in between from monkeys or apes to humans, is there?
no, there is. It's called Africans.
Mm.
No. Or was that another thing?
That's
Was that
Lucy.
Cedar-
So that's
Was
accepted.
that
Joe.
was
There's
that
loads
was
of
that
things
was
to
that
that.
Ce- was that Cedar Creek in Cuba Gooding Jr.?
Yeah.
Dustin Hoffman.
Oh, just them.
Oh.
So, do you believe in dinosaurs like Otra say dinosaurs and birds? So, do you believe
Well,
there was?
I believe in dragons.
But that's what I mean. Like I said, Joe, this like, if you think about this, right
I
now,
mean, is it a dragon? Is it a dinosaur?
oh,
Certainly
I would
not.
put, I would put,
It's certainly not a fucking chicken. That's for sure.
but dinosaurs are birds, Joe. Dinosaurs
Are
are birds.
Dinosaurs are only birds when they're old birds, kind of like over 65 and that, like London Girl. You know what I mean? They're dinosaurs.
Well, dinosaurs are birds are then descendants from dinosaurs. Now, there's look at raptors. They believe they had feathers. Some dinosaurs had feathers as well, like raptors, etc., etc. So if you think about this, Joe, right? This used to say that if you ever heard the thing, wormhole. We used to say that dinosaurs when man was seeing so-called dragons, because dragons are worldwide phenomenon. Japan, Aztecs believe in so-called bingo. The Welsh, there's loads of civilizations has done pictures of believing dragons, etc. So we used to say that people never saw them, or because you must every fucking myth. There's a little tiny bit of truth in it, correct?
Wait now. Are you trying to convince me dragons exist or didn't exist?
Well, I would say, I wouldn't say it was called a dragon. I wouldn't say he was breathing fire. Look at him. I wouldn't say they were breathing fire. Probably he was a living animal. With, you know,
You should have been to be a mammal.
a living animal.
What about a mammal?
Mammals.
What are birds? Are birds animals or mammals?
Animals.
What are we?
What's the definition of mammal then, Joe?
Is it
What's the definition? That's the question. A simple question.
Is it the blood? Is it the blood?
No,
The
just answer the
temperature.
simple question. What's the definition
is-
of a mammal?
We're mammals, aren't we?
So what's the definition of a mammal?
A whale, like us.
No, a definition of animal is it's an animal that gives birth to live young.
Does a whale give birth to live young?
Some whales are mammals.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, it does. Whales are mammals
There's
too.
some
so really not.
animals are mammals.
Yeah,
Like there's loads to them.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
So you say
anyway,
you believe in dragons. You believe in dragons.
I believe in Pythagoras' theorem. 3.14. But 2.2 pounds is a kilogram, obviously. But pi, 3.14.
What's pi then, Joe?
3.14.
But it goes on. You wouldn't have it goes on forever and ever and ever. To dash that bum.
But save all that. 3.14.
So
Meh.
that's what I'm saying.
I didn't understand why you actually asked me that. To be fair, because I did say pi,
To be
3.14,
honest, I think
and then
people
said
fit.
pi, and then you asked me
I think
again.
Scottish people
I
are
actually did
fit.
tell you before you.
I think Scottish people are thick.
But what are you?
Not Scottish.
Are you a dreamer?
I believe in stuff that I could see, touch, and hold. I don't believe in all this fucking crap.
So
The
does
earth
that mean
flat.
does that mean that you know you're a wanker because you can see, touch,
Oh,
and hold?
shit. That'd be funny, Joe. Every time it's
Come on, you
you.
try to laugh, you can. And you
And
signed
every
yourself
time
up.
I speak to
You
you
signed
sound like
yourself up
someone.
for that one. You signed yourself up for that one. But
Yeah.
talking about that, right? Talking about that, because you're right. Because it's got to be touchable, tangible to be real, innit? Right?
Yeah.
Yeah? So have you ever heard of the eternal now theory?
See that again?
You ever heard of the eternal now theory?
What can I explain this? It's that you touch like I'm looking at screens now. I could touch that screen.
No.
Can
Like,
you tell me what it is, then, Joe? Tell me what it is.
no. Right, I'll tell you, right, okay. Right, look. In order for something to be real, like you're saying, right?
Yeah.
Okay. You have to see it,
That's what it's just
touch
about
it,
to say, Joe.
right?
I said,
Right.
so-
Touch it, feel it, touch it, feel it, right? What's your concept of time?
Time is a man-made concept.
Right. Let me finish. Let me finish.
Matter of
Let me
fact,
finish.
if you
Right?
go, if you
Come
go
on.
on the plane,
Come on. Shut up.
go on.
It's the eternal now theory. I'm going to ask you a question, right? When I ask you a question, right, it's kind of no rhetorical, but is rhetorical, right? Keep it simple, right? What's your theory of time? The eternal now. Check this out, right?
Go on.
Time only exists when you're conscious.
Correct.
You, as a human being, have no concept of time when you are not conscious. And what I mean by that is, right? When you're asleep, you could be asleep for 5 minutes and it'll feel like 10 hours. You get what I'm
You don't
saying?
have to be asleep, Joe. You don't have to be asleep. You haven't got no
Yeah, but
out
you get
material.
no. Let me finish. Right.
Go on.
So when you think about it, right? Now I'm probably not going to explain this 100% kosher, right? You know what I'm saying? No pun intended, because of the kosher, right? Because of the big nose I've got in that. You know what I mean? Right? But like, whether I like it or no, I'll explain it to the best of my ability. Right? Now, when you're asleep, you've got no concept of time. All right?
Yes.
When you're awake, you do. Right? Now, like, if we all agree that for something to be real, we've got to be able to touch it, we've got to be able to see it, experience it, right? So, okay, can you take me to the past, Bobby? Can you show me the past? Can you take me to it?
Well, technically, yeah. Because
No, you can't. No, you
Yes,
can't.
you
No,
can.
you can't.
Yeah,
No. Bobby, let me finish. Let me
You just
finish.
asked me a question,
You're going to
Joe.
say,
Let me
you're going to, oh, Bobby, keep it
You asked me
simple
a
then.
question. Yeah,
Go then, hurry up. You're going to say video picture. Come on, let's go.
Yeah, you just asked me a question. You said, could I show you the past? Yeah, you can.
Can't.
Video, oral, etc.
Oral's just telling me. Right. Stop.
And that's going back to the Bible. That's not the Bible is.
Stop. Eternal now for you, Bobby. Right, point one. You've got to be able to take me to the past for it to be real. Right? Okay? Can't take me to the... You can't... No. You can give me some photons. That's it. You can't show me nothing.
So
You've got stop it. You got a print off. That print off is immaterial, right?
Yeah.
It's not real.
Yeah.
It's not real. It's a representation. It's a representation, Bobby. It's
That's
not
the
real.
Bible, Joe. That's the became full circle. That's the Bible. It
the
is.
eternal now theory is time only exists. Time only exists right now.
Yeah.
And you only exist when you're awake. Just like for everything we seemingly come from, atoms and shit, yeah? Right? They only move when you didn't look at them. When you look at them, they don't fucking move. But they need to move in
But it's
order
all
for
about
us to visualize solids. Because, guys, the fact of the
I'm talking
matter
about
is,
weeping angels, Joe. Talking about weeping angels.
nothing you perceive as a solid is actually solid. It is only solid because of the consequence of an unseen force that you can't see, i.e., a vibration. That's why everything has a resonance frequency that'll bring it down, right? Now, that unseen force is consciousness.
Hmm.
That's why when you're asleep, you have no concept of the here and now. Time stands
So
still when you're asleep.
going from the mindset, time is a man-made concept, right?
Yep, and your
Like,
conscious is the
oh,
concept
you
is made up by
see
your
time, you
subconscious.
see time as well, Joe. Down when it goes dark, and seasons. Now,
Well, they're
so
changing, aren't they?
technically, then you see time because you say, well, fucking hell, it's right now. Couple hours later, it's fucking dark.
Uh-huh.
Oh, fucking hell.
Yep.
You know, so you see time in that way.
What's
Also, you see
right?
time.
Check this out. Check this out, Bobby. Check this out. Right, while you're on the subject, what has anybody noticed? Like, if you don't know this, guys, check this out. Right, go look at when the clocks changed this year. I think they're doing it a week early this year.
Do you
Why
know what
would you do that, Bobby? Why
you
would
know
you do
what
that,
reason
Bobby?
that was done for? You know, that actually is why they made to change
Pull
the
shift,
clocks over.
pull shift, pull shift, pull shift.
You know what? No, it's got nothing to do with fuck all like that. You know, the main Google this then, Joe. When in these, that was only it's only like from 19, I think it's the late 50s. The clocks changed. So the reason why they done it is the workers. They didn't want workers to work in the morning, then late dark in the morning, come home dark. Google it, Joe. It's got fucking to do with the poles. It's got fucking to do with nothing else. It's called because they didn't want workers to work in the dark.
Fuck off,
So it's
Bobby!
only
Bobby, shut up, shut up, shut up, shut up. Did I make me mute you? Right, Ultra. Pop up Ultra and say that again, because I'm not great at reading, right? So you can pop on your dick. You know what I mean? Links there, right? Anyway, Bobby, for
go on.
a lot of
You
time,
say
right?
this
Wait,
time
let me
exists,
finish.
but
Shut up. Let
everyone-
me finish. Let me finish, Bobby. Let me finish.
Go
Right?
on.
Let me finish. Let me finish, Bobby. Right, Bobby. Listen to me. Right, you're not getting what I'm saying. Right,
I'm getting what
Bobby.
you're saying, Joe, but
You're not
like I
getting what I'm
said,
saying, Bobby. Listen then. Right, Bobby. For
go on.
decades, what you just said there, right, is the reason why we changed the clocks. Yeah, an hour back, an hour forward.
Yes.
My point is, let me finish, Bobby.
Ooh.
When we moved forward this year, right,
Yeah.
we are doing it 1 week earlier than we normally do. Why is that, Bobby? Why is it we've been moving the clocks forward for decades, hundreds of years, and this year,
I don't know what
first
you're
time
doing,
ever,
and if you're doing
We're going to
that,
move it forward. We're going to move it forward. We're going to move it forward 1 week early. And they told you this 2 weeks ago.
The planet
Why
is
is it?
moving forward. Like now.
The sun moves in sync with the planet according to your theory.
Joe, it doesn't, Joe. It does
It
not.
does.
It does not.
If we're
Because,
hurtling
Joe,
through the
the
universe,
planets,
if we're
the
hurtling through the
universe,
universe at a diagonal
why
rate,
is it,
and
Joe,
we're
every so often?
helixing round
Joe,
the
let me ask
sun,
the question.
talk shite.
Every often you have to put bit of copper and Big Ben because we lose a second. The reason why you lose the second, Joe, is because the planet is moving forward, constantly moving. The universe is constantly moving. The sun is
Does the sun
constantly
sit
moving.
still? Does the sun sit still?
It's moving.
There you go. It's moving in sync with us.
No, it's
like
not.
a helix, like a swirl. According to the theory you're talking about, yeah, we are hurtling through space in this galaxy, solar system, sorry, whatever you want to call it, right? And we are moving around like a helix, like the DNA profile around the sun as it all moves in conjunction Yes,
Yeah,
as it
everything's moving,
expands.
so that goes back to what I said in the film.
Therefore, if everything comes from the sun, the gravitational pull and all that shit, right? Yeah, then it doesn't equate for time dilation. Yeah, like you're trying to say it does. It does when you take yourself outside the box and start moving yourself in different directions at certain speeds. It will, right? But what you're actually saying right now is not factually correct, and it's not even a theory.
It is, Joe, because
It's
I can
not.
need to
How
prove
can
it.
it? Wait, look.
I
If
need to
everything comes
prove
from the
it,
sun,
Joe.
if
All right,
everything comes from the sun,
let me answer, Joe. You ask the
right, go
questions, I
for it.
don't
Hurry
answer.
up! Hurry up! Hurry up!
Right,
And just
you put a
scale
clock
back
on the.
that.
You put
Scale
a
back that
clock on.
scouse. Go.
God, there you go, Joe. You say you asked me a question and give me an answer. Right, if you put a clock on the earth and you go on a plane, what would happen to the clock on the plane and the clock on the earth, Joe? What would happen,
Depends.
Joe? What would happen?
Depends.
No,
Depends.
it happens all the time, Joe. What would happen?
The same thing that happens when I ask you to shut up and you wait a second.
What would happen, Joe?
What does that mean, though?
What would happen, Joe?
It depends. The
It
plane would
depends
have
on
to be
nothing,
traveling.
Joe. It
The plane
happens
would
all the
have to be
time.
traveling at speed. The plane would have to be traveling at speed,
No,
and it
the
depends
clock on
on.
the
Let me
clock on the.
finish. And it depends. It depends on the type of clocks as
And
well,
also,
because
Joe,
digital clocks work different from mechanical clocks
no, Joe.
because of
Every
what you're
clock's
talking
the
about with the
same.
poles, eh? You're talking about magnetic.
That's why GPS and that's why satellites have a thing on them. Because
Yeah.
what happens with Joe, on the earth it's a lot slower than the plane. So technically speaking, now you're talking about time travel. When you're going up in a plane, you're technically time traveling because you're going
You're not
forward.
really. You're not really.
No, come on, Joe. And you just
You're
said
not.
on the clock on the airplane, it
The
speeds
plane
up.
doesn't go. It doesn't go fast enough, to be fair.
You don't like Joe. Like you don't, call to
Look, do you know
people.
why? Do you know why? Like, check this out. Check this out, right? The
Check this
GPS
out.
service, right? We're now on GPS 3, just about to be released, right? Yeah. Why is it they keep updating the GPS service, guys?
Because the
Why?
clocks,
No, because it's easy. Look. Listen,
look.
it's not the Millennium Bug. Computers can update the clocks themselves. The Millennium Bug didn't exist, bro. M2K.
Oh, you probably one of those people
Ah.
from
No, the Millennium Bug didn't
Belize.
exist. Therefore, if the Millennium Bug didn't exist, therefore, what you're saying don't exist.
It does, Joe.
It doesn't. It
Definitely
only
it
works
does.
out unless the Millennium Bug took it away. Millennium Bug took
And
it away.
also, if you're on the North Pole and South Pole, like if you're on the North Pole and South Pole, what would happen, Joe? What would happen to
So
the
again,
North Pole? What's going to happen to the North and South Pole in another?
they're going to flip.
Yeah, you're right. Do a flip. Why is that?
Because Machu Picchu, Easter Island, Giza, and another 8 ancient wonders of the earth are all in an actual straight line. And it's like,
Well,
if you take
why
your
would
equator,
the
get
North
out we
Pole
go, man.
change
Fuck off.
the
Man. Like,
axis?
just hang about. No point asking a question if they're going to let me answer, just like you said, eh? But since I've got the power to kick you, I'll just let you back. Anyway, like I said before, we already talked about this years ago, haven't we, folks? Folk Academy, right? Machu Picchu, Easter Island, and about another 8 ancient wonders of the earth. They're all on a straight line. If you take the equator in a circle, yeah? Take the equator, and then take a north-south equator rather than the east-west, right? Take a north-south equator, and then go for the bottom left to the top right, 30-degree angle, right? Machu Picchu, Easter Island, all that shit, Giza, they're on a straight line. If you were then to take that straight line, moving bottom left, move it up as a new equator, would that answer all climate change, global warming? I think it would. So, that big magnetic anomaly that's sitting just down at the bottom of like South America and shit like that, yeah, and Africa, you know what I mean? Right? I wonder why. But that's not new. I mean, kill Illuminati, ancient knowledge, PT1. Okay. PT2. Okay. Was it part 3? Ancient megaliths and monoliths. I'd pay attention to part 1, part 2, part 3, part 4, and then realise that YouTube channel, it got stolen by Alan Fidelbeth! Run about the same time as ISIS were getting all their shit porned up a long time ago. Yeah. But anyway, that's like facts. Go look. You know, it's old news, to be fair. It's also why we don't do nothing for the West Coast flood defences after 2014, right? Because the North Pole, it's melting on the right, freezing on the left. Wait a minute, so it's melting on the east, freezing on the west, right? Canada, oh, I've got a lot of Canadian friends, so I know for a fact that all the animals and foxes and bears and that shit, they've all been migrating west. New York for 2012, worst fucking winters, keeps getting worse the east coast of America today. Just keeps getting worse. It's going to keep getting worse because it's melting on the right, freezing on the left. But if you take that 30 degree, right, and make that equate, it explains that, doesn't it? Right, so all that water, the right of the arse, right? And if you take the UK, because the UK doesn't actually, does it? I never kicked you, to be fair. I put you backstage and you left, so stop laughing, stop lying. That's kind of gay, right? The UK doesn't lie north-south, does it, guys? It lies north-east. So if you take the UK or a globe, and like if you believe in globes or whatever, you know, I couldn't give a shit. If you turn that, where would all the water go? Would it be the West Coast? Yeah. I hope you didn't buy a house and all that new. Oh wait, you remember how to tell you now as well? You bought a house on a new floodplain. A new floodplain? That's what you got on the West Coast, isn't it? They're not new. They're old. That's how we lost the digger flats a long time ago, isn't it? No. Isn't it? It is, isn't it? Don't believe what I say. Go look. Go actually build a computer model, because you've got AI now, guys. You've got ChatGPT. You can build these fucking models yourself without having to know code anymore. I'll do it for you. You all seem to go buy top of the range, high end gaming laptops and play Tetris on it. Use that shit. Go do the model. Go look. Why did 44 million West Coast flood defences disappear into 7? And the rest of it got spent North Coast, East Coast, South Coast. Why was that? Anybody know? I don't know. What I do know, though, is, whether I like it or no, I don't think anybody gives a shit. To be fair. Joe remembers. Joe remembers he said it was bright pink. Yeah, funny-ish. But it's true though. I mean, what did the Mayans say? Did the Mayans say the world would end 2012? No. Well, you sold that. Yes. What did the Mayans say? What did the Mayan calendar say? What did it actually say? Did they say the world would end? It actually stated that it was the start of a cycle, a new cycle, a cycle you've never seen before. How many years is that calendar worth? It's not far off the years that they use in that calendar, is it? It's not far off that every religious text gives you. Is it? It's no, is it? Does anybody wonder why they all seem to be within, I don't know, 300 to 700 years apart for each other, for the cycles? Can anybody tell me one thing on this server we're in, right? Earth, world, universe. Can you tell me one thing that doesn't work off cycles? Can you give me one? That's universally not man-made. Anything that's natural that doesn't work in cycles. Anything at all. Because I heard comets come round like clockwork. And what I also heard is Atlas I, and Atlas I. Well, they work in cycles too. But they're only new to us. All of them, the I, and the I. That's 1, 2, and 3 for you retards that don't know numerals. I, in it, fam. I. They're only relatively new too. And it's like, why haven't we seen these things in our cycles forever? And then when you actually look, you can actually see they are there. They're just in fucking biblical paintings, aren't they? Yes. Yes. I am actually Alan, isn't it? To be fair. Did you like that there, Alan? I thought it was not so bad there myself there. Wasn't too sure. You know. But they're there. I mean, you've got these mad painters, like Da Vinci and that in it, I mean, Da Vinci puts mad star thing up there, no? He does. Shit. Who else did it? I mean, to be fair, it's there. But listen, I never tell you though, right? You know what I mean? Didn't believe what I say? Go look. It's there. Why have we never seen them in our cycles until now? When did Atlas I first turn up? Anybody know? Because Atlas I, that's the third one that's turned up. There's two before it. And they've actually came, I think one of them came back round already as a cycle. But we haven't seen it before, ever. Wow. That's kind of weird. No, I think so? Because everything works as cycles. That's my point, Ultra. If the firmament's real, none of it exists. Everything you've seen showing you exists is a composite image. Composite means made up. How do I know? I don't know. That's my point. But how do you not know? If you can't prove it, how can you prove it wrong? Like I said, think about things. Everything that's natural, right? Anything that's non-synthetic and anything that's non-man-made, right? It works on a cycle. So why is these Atlas? You know what the Atlas actually stands for? It means out of our solar system. That's what it means. Yeah. I don't know if it's real. Don't know if it's true. But if I listen to what they tell me, right? Yeah. Then that's what they say. No, they never mentioned it. But the thing is, whether you like it or not, right? Yeah. Why is it the the Hopi Indians in America knew about stars that they wouldn't be able to see. Like, serious? How is it pagan clans of these islands, right? How is it they had knowledge of planets? I mean, stars that they wouldn't have been able to see with a naked eye either. How did they have them? You see? The firmament thing's interesting. What I find interesting about it is there's actually an operation. You can go like do a bit of research. It's either like Operation Fishbowl or Fish Eye or something like that. And the Yanks and the Russians after World War II, they fired up a couple of nukes, right, into the atmosphere, right, and they only got so far. They seemingly got 55 miles high, and then they get any higher. You know, allegedly, so some say. You know what I'm saying? Which is kind of interesting because if you read the Bible and you read about the firmament, Bible says it's between 50 and 60 miles or high. And according to these declassified, which you'll be able to go and find online, yeah, it's Operation Fishbowl or Operation Fish Eye. Would have been at the same time as Operation High Jump and shit like that was happening up by Admiral Byrd and shit, yeah? They said that the nukes only got 55 miles high. And that's by people like, say, breaking the glass ceiling. That's the firmament. Breaking the glass ceiling. Minute. You know? The firmament. They literally tell you. I mean, you notice that, like, since the atom bomb was actually done, right? And he said, I am the destroyer of worlds, right? At which point they took God out of every Western world's schools, businesses, everything. Because what? Because the destroyer of worlds is a God. And we believe now that we are God, eh? I mean, so much so that we're deciding life. We're making life. We're cloning. We're doing it all, aren't we? You know? It's weird. It's also weird when you think about the Hadron Collider shit. I mean, why have they got the god of destroyer, the destroyer god? Why have they got that bad boy there? Weird, isn't it? It's an Indian god too as well. It's like 3 gods in India, isn't it? Shiva, something else, and something else. And the one they've got there is to destroy. You know? Let me see. What's this say? Have you seen the stars? Oh. Have you seen the stars through the high-power camera lenses, looking like pulsating plasma bulbs? Yeah, I have. I did actually. Yeah. They actually are not. Same with planets. Planets don't look circular either. Ultra. They planets look like pulsating stuff as well. To be fair. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. But they all do. They all look like that. You know. This is what I'm saying. Like, if you actually took pictures of these things yourself, where like a telescope, you know, and you can actually do this shit. You actually can get reattachments like Temu and all that shit's brilliant. The best it is the chip works, right? You can actually see it. Now, I ain't saying the Earth's flat. I ain't saying it's a globe. Who fucking knows? It could be a Rubik's Cube for all I fucking care. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't make a difference. I understand why people would want to know, because if they lie about stuff like that, then what else are they lying about? But you already know what they're lying about. So what does it matter? You get me? You know what I'm saying? Right? I've sat and watched at Edinburgh University decades ago, because I was through there at the time at pubs and shit, getting pissed up and that, right? Edinburgh Uni, there's like a real great guy that used to get the Edinburgh Uni guys that were on to all that like fucking that side of physics and science and shit, right? Yeah. And he used to get them to go back in. He would like speak to them and shit on their lunch and that, right? And when they would get them to ask questions when they went back in, they'll just say we think. When it comes to any of these things, they say we think. They don't say we know. We think, theory, believe, not we know. If you ask them how things work, they'll say, oh, this works this way and that way. And no. But you say, no, explain it to me. Explain what that means with certain things, right? When it comes to space and shit, right? Yeah, when you actually do that, right? They're like, well, we think. Yeah. What's this say? Mind you, I saw a YouTuber send a GoPro into space on a balloon. Hi, to be fair, yeah, you're right. I believe Tesla put a car into space too, but we all know that was bullshit and all, wasn't it? It's kind of funny too. It's like satellites, isn't it? Right? Satellites are up there, are they? Why is it we find satellites attached to weather balloons? And if there is that many satellites up there, why are we relying on undersea cables? Why is the undersea cables needed for all them satellites? Think about that. Think about that. Well, what's Bobby saying? Ultra, the stars that you're seeing, most of them are well dead because some travel billions and billions light years. Thing is, they say a lot, don't they? They do. Most of them don't put their word there, though. Nah, that's just Freddie Mercury last, last time. To be fair. Right. Nobody wants to come up and chat or, take piss. There is no missing link. To be fair, call it the Anunnaki. How many attempts did they make? Call it the Anunnaki, right? How many attempts did they make to get the perfect one? See, if you look at how many attempts they said they made, right, and then think about it, if we're the last attempt, then those 5 other things we found, there is no missing link. They're the failures of the first 5, because 5 failures means you've won on the 6th time. And we've already found 5 other types of upright things like us. Homo sapiens, Homo erectus. You see? We just found a new one, didn't we, about in the last, 5 to 10 years, I think? Maybe about a decade, right? Right? That means there's 5 found. We're the 6th. 5 failures. 1 worky. That's 6. What makes you think there is a missing link? Don't need a missing link for 5 failures, 1 success, genetically made. But you have found 5 fucked up skeletal remains, all different types of humanoids, different from us too. 6th one. I mean, I don't know if the Anunnaki story is real, but I do know, according to science, They found 5 different types of humanoids, skeletal remains on this planet. Different from us. 5 plus 1. 6. What makes you think there's a missing link? The Anunnaki said, fucked up 5 times, got it right 6th time. No? I mean, I don't can, you know. It is what it is. Well, to be fair, background radiation, what is that? Same as carbon. Well, I'm at it. Why is it that people think carbon-based entities in a carbon-based world, carbon's bad? How can a carbon-based world with carbon-based entities, how can carbon be bad? If we cut the carbon, don't we cut ourselves? It's interesting, isn't it? To be fair. But anyway, nobody wants to come and play. So, meh. Have fun, enjoy, and remember, wasn't it me? I never set that fire. I never cut that. Laters. Stay safe. Stay away for the NPC. Stay away for the nonce protection crew. Keep it real. Only call it PPC when you know they're, you know, people get upset. Like Ron and Vega. But anyway, cuz, like I said earlier on, Vega, third time's a charm, bruv. You need to stop wading through shit, take the antibiotics, and don't wade through the shit again. Third time, bro. It's not going to end well. I know you're fucked. I can hear it in your voice. It's poisonous. It's poisonous, cuz. You need to let it go. Stop wading through the shit for the bastards. You're too intelligent for that. Brown shoes, brown cords, brown town.